Western Pennsylvania. It feels so good to say this. It's week 0 of the 2025 WPIAL football season, and tonight we are at the newly named Tyler Boyd Stadium in Clairton, PA, awaiting the matchup between the Clairton Bears and Imani Christian Saints. Everyone, welcome into Friday Night Lights on KDKA+, alongside former Pitt Panther Colin Johnoff. I'm Susie Cole, and Colin, like I mentioned, week 0, we're in Clairton. They're taking on the Imani Christian Saints. Initial thoughts of this matchup?
I think football just means a little bit more in Western Pennsylvania. You have two teams with a lot of pedigree. They did not have to play week 0. You have a star-studded cast. They're coming out, and they're ready to compete. I think we're in for a special one, and I can't wait to watch the game.
I'm excited about this one. I talked with both coaches this week, and I asked them if there was one word to describe week 0, what would you choose? Bears head coach Wayne Wade said, real simple, win. That makes sense. They haven't played in front of a home crowd for over a year. Now, Imani Christian, Steely, hello. Hi, Steely. He's excited about the Steelers Showcase being back. But Colin, Imani head coach Leroy Johnson, his one word that he chose was, I thought, pretty funny, and he said cramps.
Yeah, so as a player, right, there was not a first game where I didn't get a cramp, and I still cramp even to this day when I'm doing activities. So it's something that's real, particularly in this heat in August. So my coaches always used to tell me cramps are injuries. So you want to avoid them if you can. You want to stay hydrated, but it is part of the game.
Johnson said, hey, if we can make it out of the first with the cramp, then I will be happy. Hopefully it doesn't happen in the second, and hopefully cramps aren't a headline here tonight at Tyler Boyd Stadium. Let's get into some headlines around the WPIAL tonight that we will be seeing this week. And first up, it's going to be to play or not to play in week 0. Now, what we mean by that is this is the 10th year that week 0 has been implemented in the WPIAL. So, Colin, would you choose to play or not to play or do a scrimmage tonight?
I think you have to respect the decision for each coach or each program that chooses whether or not to play. If it were up to me and I was the head coach, I would play. When you think about what's the purpose of camp, what's the purpose of week 0, it's to continue to get you ready in preparation for the season.
Yep.
When you have that week 0 as opposed to a scrimmage, I believe that there's a little bit more intentionality that goes into camp early on, and you get your guys focused a little bit sooner, and you get to find out more about your football team sooner than everybody else. And I think that is a huge advantage when you're a team trying to compete and trying to win titles.
I'm picking play week 0. Why scrimmage? It's not a true game. This is your true, real feel of what your team can bring to the table. And that's why we are at this week 0 matchup in Clairton. And speaking of Clairton and Imani, and this next headline for the WPIAL, I mean, committing D1 heavy. All throughout the WPIAL, we're seeing it here tonight with Imani Christian and Clairton with some of the talent that they have on their teams.
Yeah, I think both teams are absolutely loaded, as well as across the WPIAL. This is one of the most talented, I would say, WPIAL classes we've seen in probably the last 10 to 12 years, and I think it's going to be on full display tonight. We have multiple guys with multiple offers, and they're going to be on full display here tonight, and it's really unique and special to get WPIAL football back on the map after a few years down. Yeah,
Imani Christian's Gabe Jenkins committing to Penn State earlier this week. Clairton's Brandon Murphy, just a sophomore, has a ton of offers out as well, and these two teams, they might be championship contenders here this year. Imani Christian just missing the championship last year, Clairton losing to Fort Cherry. But speaking of championship contenders, who from the championship winners last year do you think could go back-to-back 2024 and 2025?
It's a great question. I think this is going to be the year of rematches, so I think there's going to be a lot of the same teams that play again. I'll say if I were to pick a particular team that I feel most confident in,
I love it.
I think they're loaded. You know, they come back all 3 phases, all 3 levels. You know, I think that they're a team that I feel most confident picking that, hey, they're going to go back-to-back.
Okay, I don't want to sound biased, but Pine Richland was going to be my pick too. Of course, if I said that, I would not be a good partner to my boyfriend. However, they are loaded on both sides of the ball. But if I have to pick somebody other than Pine Richland, I'm going to go Fort Cherry. And maybe that's going to upset some people, but I just love what head coach Tanner Gary has truly done for that program over the last 2 seasons, and it runs in his blood. It's such a fun 1A classification team to watch, so I can't wait to see what they do this season as well. And again, we are in Clairton, Pennsylvania. The Clairton Bears holding host to the Imani Christian Saints here in week 0 action. It's your Friday night countdown on KDKA+. We'll be back after a short break.
Thanks for fixing the door.
I was nervous about that lock.
To your family, you are more than just your income.
What would she do without me? She'd probably have to marry our next door neighbor, Todd.
Well, Todd, I have no feelings for you whatsoever, but I'm going to have to say I do. I can't afford a handyman.
Gotta get some life insurance.
Although you're irreplaceable, a life insurance policy from GBU Life can provide the financial security your family needs for a secure future. To get started, visit gbu.org.
My favorite thing to buy at Giant Eagle is sourdough bread.
This is hard because I have really good things to say. I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
We love the fact that we have the My Perks program.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
They are always very friendly, especially Pam.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Miller's Mini Storage has the extra room you need. For more than 3 decades, our storage facility in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania has offered secure, affordable, and accessible storage solutions. Miller's Mini Storage has you covered. Simply bring a lock and key to keep your items safe at our location. New insulated units are available with dawn to dusk access. Storing with us is easy and convenient. Visit millersministorage.com today and reserve your space. Miller's Mini Storage. Your space, your way.
Pittsburgh, welcome back to Tyler Boyd Stadium, the newly named home of the Clairton Bears. It's your Friday night countdown on KDKA Plus, and now it's time for a little segment called the 2-Minute Drill, thanks to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And we have the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's very own Keith Barnes. He's a sports writer for them. Check out his content. It's absolutely amazing. And he does focus a lot on the high school athletes here in Western Pennsylvania. So, Keith, football season is kicking off. I feel like this is one of the most exciting times of the year in Western Pennsylvania. So just give us your initial thoughts on what the season is going to bring.
I think it's going to be really interesting. I mean, the first thing everybody's going to be looking at this year is going to be Matt Sigg from Fort Cherry.
Yes.
When is he going to break the WPIAL's all-time touchdown record, and when is he going to be the all-time total offense leader? He comes in with about 10,000 yards this year. He needs about 1,000 yards to get the all-time record, and with 109 touchdowns, he needs 8 to tie Tyler Boyd and Lamont Wade, 2 Clairton guys, for the all-time record. So that's going to be interesting.
Perfect nuggets for tonight. And speaking of tonight, whenever you look at this Clairton-Imani matchup, it's a 1A, 3A classification matchup. But what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think Clairton's the team that's to beat this year in 1A. I really do. And to be honest, I think Imani Christian has more to lose tonight than Clairton has to win. Bottom line is, Clairton's a 1A team. Imani Christian's a 3A team and wants to win not only a WPIAL but potentially a state title. And this is a team that went to the semifinals last year and was upset by a number 5 seed in Avonworth after being the number 1 seed going into the WPIAL playoffs. Yes, you have 2 Penn State recruits on this team, in Gabe Jenkins and David Davis. But Clairton's just one of those teams that's just so close. And in my opinion, if their quarterback Jeffrey Thompson would have been healthy last year for the WPIAL final, they would have beaten Fort Cherry. I firmly believe they would have beaten Fort Cherry in that final. Instead, you had Matt Sigg do what he did on the 4th down play and ends up throwing the touchdown pass. So I think Imani has more to lose than Clairton has to win tonight, but I still like Clairton. I think that Bears, this is their year. They haven't won a title since 2019. And Wayne Wade, the only thing missing on his resume is a state championship, and I think this is the year he could get it.
And whenever you look at Imani Christian, head coach Leroy Johnson really said, we know we're coming into the Lions Den tonight with what this atmosphere is going to be like. So what are you expecting from fans in Clairton tonight? I
think Clairton fans are just Clairton fans. I mean, I've been around Clairton a long time, so I understand what they're like. I'm a Mon Valley guy too, so I really know what Clairton fans are like. So yeah, it's going to be difficult for them to play. But I will say this about Leroy Johnson. When he took over this job 4 years ago, he got beat up in a game that I covered, and he said to me right afterwards, he says, you watch, 4 years from now, we're going to be beating up those teams by doing the same thing to them that they did to us. Well, now that's his chance to actually prove it.
That's his chance tonight. He said he is in his villain era. Keith, thank you so much. It's Keith Barnes from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. That was our Post-Gazette 2-minute drill, and we looked across the WPIAL with Keith Barnes, but let's look at the upcoming schedule here for the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. Now we have a ton of games on tap. Of course, 9 weeks after this, next week we head to McKeesport as they take on Peters Township, holding host to them. We have another huge matchup where Penn Hills goes to Aliquippa later in the season, that little Heinz Field. And I think my personal favorite matchup of the season will be that Week 8 matchup before the fan vote. North Allegheny at Pine Richland. It is Pine Richland's homecoming. And back with me now, we have Colin Johnoff, again, a former Pitt Panther defensive back for the Pitt Panthers, and he will be joining me on the Friday Night Countdown each and every week. And Colin, it's time to break down a little bit of the X's and O's from this game here tonight. What can we expect from one of these teams in this matchup?
Yeah, now I know I'm a skill guy here, but I do and will firmly always believe that football games are won in the trenches. So the unit actually that I want to highlight out of the number of different people that I could choose from, or the number of different units, I want to focus on the offensive line. So the offensive line for Clairton is a unit that's one of the best across all classifications, in my opinion. And so when you watch them here, it's going to be two separate plays. You're going to get a jet sweep action here, and you're going to see every single offensive lineman has a hat on a hat. They are executing. It is a coach's dream when you watch these films. It is they're executing on the task at hand. You're allowing your skilled players to do what they do best, which is get in the open field, run, make guys miss. Clairton have the guys where once they get it to that second, third level, it's a touchdown. Second clip, what you're going to see here, you're going to see different formation, different play, okay? You're going to get guard, tackle, pull. You're going to get, again, guys executing, blocking their man and getting to the second level. They're allowing their playmakers to get to the second level, third level without being touched. And then at that point, it's a foot race. And not too many teams or athletes can really catch these guys in a foot race.
Well, how do you think Imani can maybe make a hole in that O-line?
Yeah, so I think that's the big thing, right, is can you be physical? Can you prevent the Clairton offensive line to getting to the second level? If you can do that and you can keep your linebackers free and keep guys off your linebackers, you can maybe shorten the explosive runs from Clairton.
Well, we will have to see if Clairton's O-line can stand up to Imani's defense here in just a little bit. It's the Friday Night Countdown on KDKA+. We'll be back after this.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 7 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first.
And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever.
Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
At Octane Customs, we take pride in helping our local businesses make an impact. We don't just wrap vehicles. We build moving billboards that get your business noticed. From bold designs to expert installation, our 3M certified team delivers quality you can trust every time. Book now and mention this ad to get 10% off your custom business wrap and turn every mile into a marketing opportunity. Octane Customs, your brand on the move.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
Calling a beautiful shot right there of the Monongahela River from the Mon Valley. We are back on the Friday Night Countdown on KDKA+. Alongside Colin Johnoff, I'm Susie Cole. And Colin, it's never a Friday unless we have a beautiful conversation with our very own Matt Fargo, right?
Yes, he is the backbone of it all. I can't wait to hear from him.
He truly is. So we can play-by-play for this game here tonight. But first, let's check out a Friday night conversation that he had with Imani's very own David Davis headed into this season.
Friday Night Conversations with David Davis of Imani Christian. Dee, so nice to sit down and talk with you before our Steelers High School Football Showcase Game of the Week. Imani Christian goes to Tyler Boyd Stadium to open up Clairton's new venue to take on the Bears. This matchup, highly anticipated. Two programs that have such high expectations in their respective classifications and history and all of that, and now you guys get matched up between each other. What are your first thoughts on this matchup and how this season's going to open up with arguably one of the best games of the year right out of the gate?
My thoughts going into this game is this game right here it's like a statement. It sets the tone for the season, let people know that this year isn't going to be like no other year as an Imani.
You're playing both sides of the ball?
Yes, sir.
If you had to pick which side would you pick?
Defense.
Why?
I like the hit. I just like
That's every defensive
I let an adrenaline.
guy's
I ain't gonna lie. I let an
answer,
adrenaline rush. Like, and our defense is like I'm the quarterback of the defense, so I control everything. Like, it's different. I don't know.
What is something that you're going to do to make sure that you're being a leader on the team and being a voice that's heard, maybe better than voices that have been in the past?
Some personal things that I'm going to do to be a better leader is help the young guys out, make sure they know what they're doing when times you might not know, make sure they're not scared to ask questions. It's the little things.
What's something that you would tell your younger self? Take me back 4 or 5 years ago. What's something you tell your younger self now as some advice coming up?
Keep grinding. Don't let what you got going on in life stop you from doing what you love.
What's your go-to pregame meal? You're sitting down, you're grabbing something to eat. What's the go-to?
Pasta and chicken.
Who's making it? That's always the trick question.
I might go chicken from my grandma's.
Okay.
And then the spaghetti from my mom's.
Okay. What would it mean to you to get back to this stadium that we're sitting in right now and play for a WPIAL championship?
It mean a lot. Like, it gotta be one of the great things because my granddad be able to see me play down here. That's really all I want.
What's the thought process going through your mind? You're gonna be on TV Friday night to open up the season. You're about to run out onto Tyler Boyd Stadium for the first time. What's going through your head?
Same thing that's going through my head every other week. It's just another game. Just do you, be you, be the kid who started playing football 16 years ago, doing what you love. That's it.
Football is not a part of the equation, but what would be your dream job if athletics isn't a part of it? What's your dream? I have a magic wand in my hand. I could say you could have any job you want. What would you want to do?
Real estate.
All right. Maybe selling you a house someday. Dee, appreciate you.
Colin, we can truly always leave the Friday night conversations to our very own Matt Fargo. And Matt Fargo and Mike Logan will be joining us here tonight. Matt, I got to ask, what about David Davis's goals for the season?
Well, you know what? He's a proud guy and getting into the WPIAL semifinals. Thanks so much, Susie and Colin. Welcome into the broadcast booth. First of all, is David Davis, one of those guys. He got to the semifinals a year ago, and now he's trying to not only get to a WPIAL championship, but also get to a state title. Alongside the former Super Bowl champion, Pittsburgh Steeler, Mike Logan is in the building, WPIAL's finest. And Mike, thanks so much for joining us as we get ready for what is sure to be an exciting high school football season. And I have to ask, week 0, that opening night feel, really nothing like it.
Listen, I have butterflies in my stomach right now, so that should tell you how excited I am for this broadcast and for this game tonight.
No question about it. Well, we got a lot of great players, as Susie and Colin have broken down, so we got to jump into our Giant Eagle players to watch, and we'll look at Imani Christian's David Davis.
David Davis, I mean, just an athlete.
Blinking in and out.
4.4 speed. Just very versatile. When I look at some of the film that I was watching on him, both sides of the ball he's able to create. and he gets the momentum going. He can do that on offense. He can do that on defense. So he's definitely going to be their lead player this year.
And you see what he can even do on special teams. He'll be in the backfield this year for the Saints, and a do-it-all back headed to the Penn State University Nittany Lions, and that is going to be a dual threat for the Imani Christian Saints for sure. All right, on the other side of the ball, there's so many stars on the Clairton Bears, a lot of them young, but we're going to focus on quarterback and Jeffrey Thompson.
Jeff Thompson, his coach said football IQ, and that says something when you have a quarterback on a high school football team that is able to read defenses and create. Everyone on his team talks about him being a leader, so he commands that offense, and he's the leader on this team. Everything is going to go through him.
Yeah, one of the senior leaders as we christen this Tyler Boyd Stadium. Should be a fun night, and kickoff is just moments away. We're going to kick it back down to the sideline at Susie and Colin.
Mike, I'm so happy that a former Super Bowl champion has butterflies for tonight's broadcast, because I do as well. Colin, I don't know if it's the same for you as well. However, we are getting so close to kickoff here at Tyler Boyd Stadium. Coming up next, we have our hottest picks of Week 0 coming up here on KDK. Plus, you won't want to miss him from this broadcast team.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada, and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Pittsburgh, are you ready? The top teams in women's college volleyball are coming to PPG Pace Arena for an epic event. It's the second annual State Farm Women's Volleyball Showcase, taking place on Labor Day weekend, August 31st and September 1st, featuring the national semifinalist Pitt Panthers, defending national champion Penn State, plus nationally ranked Arizona State and TCU. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. 4 elite teams, 4 incredible matches, one unforgettable weekend of volleyball action. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Need construction or real estate services? One call covers it all. Macero Construction Group, helping shape the city you love and the name behind Pittsburgh's skyline. We manage construction for many local schools, ensuring strong foundations for the future. Need space? Macero Properties has prime office and warehouse locations in the airport corridor and downtown. And when disaster strikes, Macero Restoration is ready 24/7. One name, one call. Macero Construction Group, building Pittsburgh, serving you.
I'm Rocco, and I work here at Shell Polymers Monaca. Outside of work, I coach and train football at M7 Shell Sports Complex. We work with students on and off the field to develop their life skills, helping build my community.
Welcome back into the Friday night countdown on KDKA Plus, one final time for our Week 0 action here at the newly named Tyler Boyd Stadium. We're just minutes away from Week 0 kicking off. The Clairton Bears holding host to the Imani Christian Saints. But now, Colin and Matt and Mike will join us in just a minute. It is time for our picks of the week. We got 4 games on tap. We got to pick the winners. We think these are the biggest matchups. And pick 1 is going to be between North Allegheny and Woodland Hills. This is happening at the Wolf Arena. Woodland Hills holding a big kickoff tournament there this weekend. But if I had to pick between these two teams, I know it's 6A and 5A. I am going North Allegheny because they lost bad to Central Catholic in that WPIAL championship matchup. They're looking for blood. They're going to take it out at the Wolf Arena tonight. Colin?
I'm going with North Allegheny as well for a little bit different of a reason. I know their trainer, so I know the strength and conditioning coach, so I know these guys are going to be ready. They're going to be prepared. They're going to be playing hard, and they're certainly going to be disciplined. I think they're just going to be a little bit too much for Woodland Hills tonight. Yes. I do think it's going to be a really close game, but I'd be crazy not to go with North Allegheny.
Yeah, and Art Walker, he's just such a legend in the WPIAL. Matt and Mike, I would love to hear your thoughts on this, especially because I hear that Matt is like a fan favorite with kiddos in the WPIAL and making his selections whenever it comes to games.
You know, there's a podcast, the WPIAL Insider podcast. We do make a few picks throughout it, and we're going to promote Colin John up next week. Thanks, Colin, for that. But Yeah, I'm looking forward to all these picks all season long. When it comes to this game, Mike, Wolverine is a tough place to play.
Very
North
tough.
Allegheny has to go on the road, but I love their quarterback in Brinkley. But on the other side, Woodley High has Scoop Smith. He's one of the most electrifying players, only 5'5", but boy, he can fly. I say all that to say I'm going to go North Allegheny.
Well, guess what? I'm going to be the guy that breaks the mold here.
Okay, Mike.
And I'm going to go with Woody High. I know the powers of North Allegheny. Three of my older children went to North Allegheny. I know Coach Walker, but I'm going with Woody High because I know some of the guys down there like you do, Colin. So I'm picking Woody. Cam Walters is a heck of a quarterback. I know he's itching at the bits to get back out there. So I'm going Woody High.
Joe Lofton will like that pick.
I know he will.
I see it, but Matt, you know what I'm actually wishing for after these picks? I want to sign for myself at the end of this season from a student section. That is my goal, so I hope I am right with these picks.
Set them high, Sue. Set them high.
Number 2 for what we have for week 0. So first up, we had North Allegheny and Woodland Hills, but pick number 2 is coming up, Montour versus Central Valley. This was the game that kicked off the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week last year, and I'm just thinking Lucero is going to take this one again against Central Valley. Again, it's another 4A, 3A matchup. These two teams love opening up the season together, but I just feel like Montour has a bad taste in their mouth after the way their season ended as well, so I'm going Montour.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are very talented. I got to go with Central Valley. Again, I know some people there, so I can't pick against my guy, so I'm going to go with Central Valley because of the connections I have there. I do think they are able to knock off Montour in this one.
Okay, Matt, Mike. Mike, are you going to go against us this time?
I'm thinking now that these picks are going to be very personal throughout the league this season.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going with CV. And it's just a little sentimental thing. I called their game against them last year in the championship, and I really got to talk to those coaches, and they were really devastated after that game. So I'm going to go with CV, and I hope they pull through.
Both of these teams have a lot of things that they need to replace from last year. A lot of seniors left from the Montour side of things, so who's going to step up? They had a lot of players step up a season ago, and on the other side, Central Valley lost, but some transfers. Jance Henry went over to Ohio. They had another couple kids transfer out. Are they going to be able to regroup? I think they will, but not yet. Give me Montour.
Okay, so that pick is split in half. I'm glad that I agreed with Matt on both these picks. I'll be interested to see how our minds work on this next one as we're going to go to pick 3, Mount Lebanon at Upper St. Clair. Now, head coach Mike Junko, he knows what he is doing with this program. He led them to an undefeated regular season last year. Their quarterback is also coming back as well. Ethan Hellman returning. He threw nearly 1,000 yards on a very run-heavy offense last year. I just don't see Mount Lebanon coming out with a win against Upper St. Clair. They are just a powerhouse of an organization there.
Yeah, they are so well coached. Like you said, he's got them just rolling right now. It doesn't really matter what personnel they have. They have the ability to execute at a high level. That being said, I'm going to go with Mount Lebanon. I just have a feeling that they're going to have a solid season. I think they're going to surprise some teams. And replacing some of those guys for Upper St. Clair is not going to be as easy. So I'm going to go Mount Lebanon, able to knock them off early here.
Matt and Mike, let's hear your thoughts real quick so we can get into our very own Steelers High School Showcase game.
Yeah, I like the thought there, Colin, because I think Mount Lebanon is trending in the right direction, but I think it's still going to take them a couple weeks. Upper St. Clair did lose one of the do-it-all guys in Julian Dallum, but Ethan Hellman, 4-year starter. Give me the Panthers on the road.
And only because I'm hurting still from 1991 when I lost to Upper St. Clair in the semifinals of the playoffs, I'm going with Mount Lebanon for that reason only.
Okay, real quick for our very own Week 0 game here on KDKA Plus. Imani Christian and Clairton. I'm going Clairton. They haven't played on home turf for over 365 days. This atmosphere is going to be electric.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find me picking against Clairton at all this year. I think this is their year to get back on top. Super talented. I got Clairton.
Mike and Matt?
They gave up 3 touchdowns all of the regular season last year. How do you go against the Bears? Albeit, though, this is a lot tougher of an opponent. I'm going to say Clairton in a lot closer game.
Only because it's a new stadium tonight. I think it's going to be a great game. Way to kick off Week 0. Go with Clairton by maybe a touchdown.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll see who comes out with the dub in our picks tonight. And the dub here on the field. We're just moments away from kickoff between Clairton and Imani Christian at the brand new Tyler Boyd Stadium. Coming up next on KDKA Plus.
JRM Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of WPIAL High School Football, produced by JRM Video Productions.
Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Let me be the first to welcome you to the new Tyler Boyd Stadium in Clairton, Pennsylvania, where our Steelers Showcase has our eyes on the Clairton Bears against the Imani Christian Saints. And welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Matt Forga, joined alongside the Super Bowl champion, former Pittsburgh Steeler, Mike Logan, for our Game of the Week here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike, week 0, and could you want it any other way? Imani Christian, a team that went to the WPIAL semifinals a season ago, has championship expectations. Meanwhile, the Clairton Bears, they went to the title game and fell 1 point shy. Both of these teams think they have a chance at winning a title.
Can you feel the stadium rocking? I mean, I really felt that in the intro right here. It's going to be an exciting game. I can't wait for the kickoff to get started.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and how we get it all going is our St. Vincent's Game Changers. Mike, how do you get a win here tonight?
Well, listen, the Bears have to be the Bears. That's what their coach talked about. They talked about them just doing what they do, controlling themselves, not worrying about anything else. The atmosphere couldn't be better. It's electric in this stadium. I think the fans are going to charge them up, and that's how they're going to be a change.
Capitalizing on mistakes early in the season, that's always a crucial.
That is crucial, and I'm going to talk about the emotion that the Clairton Bears have tonight. I think if they overplay, that'll create some mistakes, and I hope that Imani recognizes that, and they'll be able to capitalize on that.
And you just said the word, emotion. Using the emotion of opening night, it can work for you or it can work against you.
Definitely, and that's what I'm talking about. Maybe they're going to try to go out and do too much. Some of the younger players, if they haven't been in this type of atmosphere, they might go out and overplay. And they can use it for their momentum or they can use it for against them. So hopefully it doesn't play in that order for them.
A third member of our broadcast crew, Susie Cole, down on the sidelines. Happy New Year, Susie.
Tonight is looking to be quite the fight between the Imani Christian Saints and Clairton Bears. Bears head coach Wayne Wade said that this game is like Muhammad Ali taking on himself. Both teams stacked with talent, size, and speed. Saints head coach Leroy Johnson said that week 0 is filled with ample emotion and adrenaline. So it's all about the Bears and the Saints staying sharp, sticking to the fundamentals, letting the play be the play. So Matt, I think it's time for round 1 to begin.
The battle is about to begin. Thank you so much, Susie, as we take a break. And when we come back, the christening of Tyler Boyd Stadium, Clairton and Imani Christian to get the 2025 WPIAL High School football season underway. It's the Steelers High School Football Showcase. Kickoff coming up next.
Giant Eagle has always been a staple.
They help me at the pharmacy.
I do use the pharmacy.
I get my prescription, my milk and bread, and be on my way, and it's like a one-stop shop.
I see the same faces every time I'm here.
It's local, and it's easily accessible.
I always run into my friends and family here.
I love being able to feed my children fresh local food.
I really like the produce here.
My favorite thing
is cookies.
This is my Giant Eagle.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu. a fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons,
Primary care sports medicine physicians,
board-certified physical therapists,
A comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion.
nutrition,
athletic training,
Sports performance.
everything is right here that you need. We deliver that right to you.
At Octane Customs, we take pride in helping our local businesses make an impact. We don't just wrap vehicles, we build moving billboards that get your business noticed. From bold designs to expert installation, our 3M certified team delivers quality you can trust every time. Book now and mention this ad to get 10% off your custom business wrap and turn every mile into a marketing opportunity. Octane Customs, your brand on the move.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 7 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
Welcome to the Steel City, where the heartbeat of football echoes through generations, from the hollow grounds of Three Rivers to the roaring crowds at Ackershore. The legacy of the game runs deep in Pittsburgh, but it all starts here, under the Friday night lights, where young athletes build dreams, forge brotherhoods, and honor the tradition of Western Pennsylvania football. I know firsthand how these fields shape champions. I grew up just down the road playing for Steel Valley, where they know something about grit and toughness. The WPIAL has produced some of the greatest talents the game has ever seen. And tonight, we witness the next generation, because in this city, it's about more than just wins and losses. It's about representing where you're from and doing it the Pittsburgh way. Time to show everyone why football in Western Pennsylvania is unlike anywhere else in the country. This is the Steelers High School Showcase. Here we go.
Welcome to Tyler Boyd Stadium in Clairton, Pennsylvania for the Imani Christian Saints and the Clairton Bears, the Steelers High School Showcase. Game of the week here on KDKA Plus, as we are ready to kick off the 2025 high school football season. It's now time for the shell kickoff. It will be Clairton kicking it to Imani. Chad Carpenter-Law has it teed up, and we are underway from Tyler Boyd Stadium. Bobbled around, still bobbled around, and finally picked up, as we will see the first offensive series. Imani Christian at Gabe Jenkins and David Davis tandem.
The emotion already showing in here. You got a squib kick by the kicker. We don't know if that was a problem. And then we got a return man who really doesn't handle the ball that much, an up back who fumbled the ball out of bounds and just kind of let it bounce around right there. So emotion's already taken over in this game.
So here's Imani Christian, led by Gabe Jenkins at quarterback, committed to Penn State on Monday. Operating with Davis in the backfield, and he'll get a handoff that goes absolutely nowhere, stuffed.
That's what the Bears needed, the emotion right there on the first play, a tackle in the backfield. You can see the crowd going crazy already.
Dion Lovelace Pompey on the stop for the Bears. It'll be second down. And this defense for Clairton, Mike, was stingy a season ago, average giving up just 1 point per game when it came down to it.
And returned 8 all-conference players this year. So I'm looking for the same thing that they're going to do that they did last year.
10 out of their 14 games last year were shutouts, including 3 in the postseason. And they're looking to have that be the same here. This screen pass set up to the near side, completed to Robert Torres Johnson. And a quick tackle in open field territory, and you can see the chippiness of this one already.
We knew that it was going to be chippy. We knew that it was going to be a hard-fought battle. We knew it was going to be physical. But did you see the way that the Bears were swarming to the ball on that? Group tackles, I know that's something that their coach is going to emphasize throughout the night. And if they continue to play like that, it's going to be hard for Imani's offense to get rolling.
Third down for the Saints.
Look at the communication out there between the DBs and linebackers for the Bears.
Well, Roy Johnson coordinating the offense for the Saints. Back to pass. Jenkins has time to throw. Stetson deals. He's got Davis, and it's broken up. Beautifully done on the coverage. Dante White in his hip pocket.
Dante White doing what he needed to do out there, but you see how much time that Gabe Davis had back there at the quarterback position. So this defensive line has to put that pressure on him if they want to create some defensive tension out there.
Another look at it on the UPMC Sports Medicine instant replay, and you're right, just a three-man rush there gave him a lot of time, but as it was last year, Mike, great coverage in the secondary from now a veteran group.
Yeah, and that veteran presence will take effect back there because they won't get panicked at it. Even if he was beat off the ball right there, he was able to come back and make a play on the ball.
Anthony Portis gets the punt away, and the ball squirts out, and Imani's bobbled it around. And did Clairton somehow jump on this thing? I believe they did. And maybe the first lucky bounce at Tyler Boyd Stadium, the Bears come away with it.
I was going to say that might be the magic of the Boyd right there because he definitely fumbled that ball, and I thought Imani had a good grip on it, but somehow the Bears were able to hustle and get that one back. A lucky break for them.
Imani might have trying to scoop it up and return it. Allows Clairton to get their first offensive series with the football.
And I know they're going to be kicking themselves in the butt for that because as a special teams coach, you tell your guys, just fall on that ball. They would get the momentum right there and have everything, but now you're giving Clairton's offense a chance to get on the field.
And we get whistles. I think Imani had too many guys on the field and will burn a timeout here. Now Clairton's saying they were confused, and we'll wait for the officials to They're burning a timeout, so we'll burn one with them. Steelers High School showcase early moments from Tyler Boyd Stadium. Come back with us. Clairton's first offensive possession when we come back.
Give your entree an upgrade. Now for just $3.99. Swap a side for unlimited soups, fresh salads, and hand-cut fruits. The Eaton Park Soup, Salad, and Fruit Bar. Now on sale, only at Eaton Park.
Pittsburgh, are you ready? The top teams in women's college volleyball are coming to PPG Pace Arena for an epic event. It's the second annual State Farm Women's Volleyball Showcase, taking place on Labor Day weekend, August 31st and September 1st, featuring the national semi-finalist Pitt Panthers, defending national champion Penn State, plus nationally ranked Arizona State and TCU. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. 4 elite teams, 4 incredible matches, one unforgettable weekend of volleyball action. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Primanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
At Hello Bistro, we keep it fresh. Fresh flavors, fresh choices, endless ways to build what you're craving. Because food should be as bold as you are. You deserve fresh. Only at Hello Bistro.
And we'll welcome you back to Clairton. Bears offense starts with the football. First down at 10. They go jet motion. And a handoff to Michael Ruffin, who tried to bounce it to the near boundary, and he will be knocked out. Quickly traced down by David Davis.
And we thought he was going to be down for a tackle for a loss, but he was able to regain his footing and stretch him out. But the pursuit from the Imani defense was able to get there, and he was able, what did he lose, 3 yards there? 3 or 4 yards on that. See the emotion still kicking in, man. Everybody has to settle down a little bit and just play football. Don't forget the basics of how to play football just because the emotion of the stadium is rocking you.
Second down 14, they mark it at the 34. From a shotgun formation, Jeff Thompson, the senior quarterback, puts it back into the belly of his tailback off the right side, and everything is stacked up. Nothing available this time for Dion Lovelace Pompey. It'll be third down, and the defense is coming to play on these two opening series.
The defense said, we're going to match your energy tonight. They came out here, they're hyped up. They were able to get 2 negative plays from the start of the game. But Clairton has to remember who they are. They were a team that averaged 49, almost 50 points a year ago. So they have to get back into a rhythm and get their stars to make some plays.
Yeah, they were #1 in the WPIAL, all classes in offense and in defense last season. Pompey motions out of the backfield. Those set it screen pass to the near side. Brandon Murphy, the sophomore, shakes free and has good yardage across the 40 to the 44-yard line, and it will be fourth down and short for the Bears. They make it manageable here.
What are they going to do right now? It looks like the offense is staying on the field right now, and they're going up to the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down and 4 from the 44. Motion is Ruffin. Going to check with me in the far side. Bears operating over that, what would normally be the visitor sideline, but no one over there. And a timeout burned by the Bears. Wayne Wade in his 12th season as the head coach at Clairton, 29th overall. Of course, a Clairton guy, and decides to burn this timeout, knowing how important early in the game, Mike, but still an important series here. You don't want to hand the ball over in good field position to Imani. And
I think they were trying to draw him offside maybe with that motion right there, some of the jet motion that they had, and it didn't work, so they were like, let's reevaluate this. And Coach Wade, I was able to talk to him last night. I know Coach Wade personally. I grew up I was raised in the Mon Valley area, so we know a lot of familiar people, and then I used to coach against him when I was at UPrep. With Coach Johnson at USO, and talking to him last night, he was just talking about his tenure of being a coach. He's going into his 22nd year of coaching in the Clairton programs. Wow. Started all the way down in Little League, went up to 7th and 8th grade in middle school, then up to the high school as an assistant coach, and now being their head coach for his 11th year.
Awesome to see Wayne on the sidelines. And let's see what they decide to do as they go into punt formation now out of that timeout. You were right on, Mike. Wanted to draw them off, play it safe here, and now going to get a nice bounce on the punt by Thompson and inside the 20 to pin the Saints offense back. And for a week 0 game, maybe later in the season, Wayne makes a different call there, but I think just playing this, no one wants to blink first, as Susie kind of alluding to this heavyweight battle.
Well, you know, that's what coaches have to do. They have to make those wise decisions, and it was a good thing to try to maybe get them drawn offside, especially in the stadium. You might have thought the noise or the jitters might have got to them right there, but that was a smart decision. You do want to save those timeouts, though, so we'll see how that affects them going into the half.
There was a flag on Clairton, a holding call against the Bears. So that's going to tack on a few here to get Imani's second offensive series started.
And that's unfortunate because it was got a nice roll on that punt and had him kind of pinned down there. Oh, it was holding against the Saints. Oh. So that's going to push them even further back.
Sure is. The ball at the 17.
Holding against the Saints, so puts them back Now they're getting their second crack at offense. See if they can get some momentum going.
And a keeper right up the middle. And Clairton pushing him back as Jenkins stacked up. Second down upcoming here for Imani.
I know what Coach Johnson is thinking. I have to get my playmaker going. He wants him to have the ball, so he ran a little RPO there to try to give him the quarterback the option to take it. There wasn't no doubt that he was going to keep it, but they have to keep bottling this guy up. It just takes for one little crack for him to be able to get through, and he's gone.
Second down, 10 after the no-gainer from the 17-yard line. Another designed run play, and there's the crack for Jenkins. Jenkins to midfield. Down the near boundary and escorted out of bounds. But Gabe Jenkins, biggest play of the day, putting Imani in to Clairton territory, escorted out at the 29.
Just spoke about it. I said, Coach Johnson is going to try to feed him and let him have the ball. He's his playmaker, and he's able to get a little crease right there and then up the sideline he scats. There is a penalty flag down.
There is a 54-yard run. I was surveying the field, and it was a flag right on the sideline.
Oh, they waved it off. The back ref waved the flag off.
Yes. So they'll put the ball at the 30-yard line officially. First down at 10 for Imani. After that big run, 54 yards by Jenkins, and now a carry to Portis. And Portis has a great push by that offensive front for the Saints. And carries forward 3 yards shy of the 20.
And Imani's trying to pick up the pace right now. They have some things going. They had a little bit of success, and they're already up on the ball into their cadences. Clairton's still trying to get players on the field.
And it draws a penalty flag and an illegal substitution on the Bears.
Right now, Imani is setting the pace. The Saints are setting the pace, and Clairton has to try to keep up. They didn't have the package that they wanted on the field. Resulted in a penalty flag.
7:10 to play in our opening quarter. Scoreless between Imani and Clairton. Imani Christian in 3A, Clairton in 1. Just a handful of years ago, these two teams were conference foes.
Right. And I talked to Coach Johnson about that, and he said they feel like they can compete at this level. So
Jenkins keeps, flags fly, and the Bears have it all read out. And we'll check more penalty flags now here for that first down play.
And it's getting a little bit sloppy right now.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of penalty flags in this first quarter. They really have to settle down. Both teams need to settle down. Even the Bears being at home, you can still get a little over-emotional. So right now they gave up one big play. They have to regroup, and I'm sure their coaches are telling them that on the field.
It was a holding call against Imani Christian was the penalty. We're talking about Leroy Johnson, 4th season at the helm, was a former head coach at Stowe Rocks.
Right. Offensive coordinator at USO, at UPrep in the Hill District.
Took the Vikings to 2 WPIAL championships.
Also coached a little bit in the indoor football league.
Jenkins hands it off to Davis. And Davis picks his way for a couple into that sea of orange. First helmet there. Darren Pinson, the junior, on the tackle, and it will be 3rd down.
Davis's feet did not stop rolling right there. Even after first contact, he's still trucking along and trying to get through that defensive line, which he had a little bit of success right there.
Correct. Check that. 2nd down at 18 from the 27. And I mean, for single A football, a lot of substitution, a lot of subbing.
Yeah.
Clairton is deep when it comes to single A football. 2nd down, 18 from the 27. Throwing here and nearly throwing into traffic there. It got tipped away. Tavaz Armstrong on the breakup. Third down upcoming here for Imani Christian.
The Saints trying to figure it out right now. They're mixing it up. They're doing a little bit of run. They're doing a little bit of pass. They're trying to do a little bit of RPO. So they still haven't figured out what has given them the success, even though they had one big run on a quarterback.
Now a third down. Jenkins from the shotgun one more time. He'll go back to pass. Step up. Throw here to the near side. It is intercepted in the end zone for a touchback. Clairton gets the INT. Dante Wright. He was in the right spot for the takeaway for the Bears.
Matt, you said it earlier. You talked about the defense and how many returning starters that they had back. You also talked about the secondary. And even though they were beat on one play earlier, they were able to come back and create a turnover right now. And now you must capitalize on the mistake, something we talked about in the beginning of the game.
Bears will get the ball when we come back. Clairton's scoreless in Clairton on the showcase. KDK Plus, we'll be back.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first.
And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever.
Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Did you know you can make your home or building look brand new? For the whole project, or just spot repointing, make your home exterior brand new like when it was built. Call or visit Mariani-Richards.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, JBU Life, Giant Eagle, grocery shopping made easy.
Debut of our pylon cam here on the Steelers High School Showcase. Shout out to Art Harbaugh for his hard work on that one. Welcome you back to Tyler Boyd Stadium alongside Mike Logan, Susie Cool down on the sidelines. Matt Fargo with you on a first Friday night of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. And the Clairton Bears go back at it on offense, led by quarterback Jeff Thompson. Over 1,800 yards passing the season ago. And he'll dart another one here to the near sideline. It's completed. Brandon Murphy, he makes the reception. 11 D1 offers for just the sophomore. Pitt and Penn State among them.
What about the Mountaineers? What about the Mountaineers? What are you doing? Let's get back on the mode right here.
That's the first one of the year, Mike.
Hey, listen, it's never too early. But I like the poise right there from Jeff Thompson, able to come back after the turnover out there. Seems like they got themselves settled down now. Let's see if they can get into a rhythm.
Second down and 3. Mentioned quarterback Jeff Thompson, 27 touchdowns last year. Hands it off to Dante Wright. And Wright picks his way for a couple to the 29. And let's check in with Susie Cool down on the sideline.
Thanks, Matt. Just a sophomore, Bears linebacker and wide receiver Brandon Murphy has already made a splash in the Whippeal. And Bears head coach Wayne Wade said that Brandon is one of the playmakers he's excited to see back in action this season. With his size and athletic ability, he's already drawing college coaches' attention like James Franklin at Penn State. And Coach Wade said the ceiling is high for Brandon. He's one of those young players that doesn't look the part, but he's already making a massive impact. Matt?
There's no doubt, Susie. He's 6'1", 170 as a sophomore. He's only going to grow. Another carry here that goes to the 30. Did they get the first down is the million-dollar question here.
Right on the marker. And the refs
Officials say
yes. So able to get a drive going right now, picking up a first down.
But Lovelace Pompey, who got that carry, slow to walk to the Clairton sideline, just took his helmet off.
And
likely going to get looked at there.
Coach Wade said Pompey is the total package. He said he's powerful, elusive, catches the ball well, and a leading running back candidate.
First down, they gave it to him from the 31. Coming up on the 4-minute mark of this first quarter. Thompson with pressure, hit as he threw, and it goes incomplete because he got all kinds of heat. Anthony Portis was in the grill of Thompson.
I had a great view at that hit right here from the booth, and I'm telling you, he put everything into it. Thompson wasn't able to step into that throw, and he had a guy open down the field, so great play by Portis.
He got one up top in Portis, and Darius Clark was grabbing his ankles as well, so got the brunt of that one.
Hey, Imani's defense coming out here showing that even though we gave up a first down, there's no fight. I mean, we still got some fight in us. We're going to keep on battling.
Second down, no gain after that one. Thompson throws, completes his pass to Ruffin, but a great open field stop. And the speed and containment of these defenses, Mike, is something you gotta appreciate.
Listen, that play right there is one of the scariest things as a defensive back with all the open field and the guy has momentum as he's catching the ball. Open field tackles, you practice it, you practice it, and you practice it. But when it comes into the game and it's just one-on-one and you look at that guy in his face, it's hard to make that play. So kudos to Dave out there for being able to get him down.
Third down, 10. Screen pass set up. Are they going to be able to get it to him? They will.
They have.
As Wright gets it, and Wright weaves his way for first down and more. Wright chased down from behind. First down Bears into Imani territory. And if it wasn't for Gabe Jenkins with the turbo, he would have been gone.
And the way that was set up was perfect. It looked like the Red Sea partying out there as Clairton was able to open it up with some blockers in front of him. But what about the hustle for Davis to come back and make that tackle, because Clairton would have been on the board. Excuse me, that was Jenkins that made that tackle, or Clairton would have been on the scoreboard first.
That was 28 yards in a first down on a 3rd and long converted. Thompson goes jet motion. They'll pitch it out, trying to get the corner, avoids one, does Wooding, and Wooding slips another, but then planted as he worked hard to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe got a half a yard.
Got a face mask call out there. Defender got his hand up in the helmet, so they're going to call flag. And we've had a lot of laundry on the field in this first quarter. Personal foul. So they gave him the big one, moving the Bears even closer to the end zone. Ball on the 26 now.
And Wooding, Terrace Wooding, that was his first catch of the season. He had 25 of them last season. That led the team for returning starters. As Thompson's going to keep trying to get to the edge, and he's pulled down quickly. And again, Gabe Jenkins flying to the football.
Jenkins making plays on the defensive side of the ball, but you can tell that Clairton wants to get Thompson the ball. They want the ball in his hands. They want to see if he can outstretch that defense and get around them. They weren't able to do it on that play.
Second down and 10 at the 26. Nice aerial shot here at Tyler Boyd Stadium. Aerial coverage tonight brought to you by GBU Life. Protect what matters now. Sure to give us great shots all season long.
We got a nice view from here up in this booth. I'm telling you, this stadium is showing it off right now.
Back to pass, Thompson gonna let it fly and overcooks it, incomplete.
I don't know, maybe he was a little blocked, his vision was a little blocked because that receiver was triple covered back there with the Imani defenders. The defensive secondary of the Saints was able to cover him up.
Thompson was hurt in the WPIAL playoffs in a win against Rochester. He was able to stay in play, but he wasn't able to throw. A shoulder injury limited him. And a lot believe that was really what it made it impressive that Clairton was still able to get to the championship game and play right with Fort Cherry. If they would have had Thompson 100%, they believe they would have won last year.
I'm sure the defense was able to pin their ears back knowing that he wasn't able to throw the ball successfully down the field, but it speaks volumes about who they are as a team to be able to keep the game competitive.
And who Thompson is as a player.
Oh, yeah.
Back to pass one more time for Thompson, looking to the far boundary. And a little bit too much on that one, as well as Ruffin was the intended receiver. David Davis in coverage.
Ruffin was open too there. Thompson has to be a little more accurate on that one. Find him and hit them in that before he goes out of bounds right there. But he just missed him. He was completely open, and Thompson missed him on that one. Missed opportunity. I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of guys starting to bend over right now. Maybe the conditioning and the sun and the heat is starting to get to them a little bit, but seeing some guys put their hands on their knees and on their hips.
It still feels like summer tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Balmy conditions here in Clairton, but a great night for high school football. No one's going to complain about this. Another screen pass set up again, and it works to Ruffin, who will be able to shake free of one, but not a second.
Well,
good containment there by the St. defense.
The Bears said we'll go back to the drawing board, a play that they had some success on a screen, but Imani wasn't fooled by this time, and they had some pursuit also coming back from the guys who were in there blitzing and going after Thompson. They were able to get back and make a play.
So that turns it over. I believe that turns it over. It should be Imani ball now. There was some confusion that it might not have been, but great crowd on hand here at Tyler Boyd Stadium. There's Steely McBeam. First appear. Oh, watch your towel there, Steely.
Steely's a little emotional right now, man.
Yeah,
hey.
It's kind of representative of the game so far.
Right.
Everybody's like a little overzealous.
I think we'll really start to see some things turn as the players and the emotion of the field, everything just calms down a little bit. Maybe in this second quarter, guys will just be relaxed and say, okay, let's play some football. Right now, everybody's tuned up, including me up in the booth. Every time I hear the crowd right above, like right below us right now, I'm still find myself looking down at just in amazement of the scene out here in Clairton, PA, man. It is really, really beautiful.
Yeah, they have shown out for one of their own here tonight, and of course rooting on the 2025 edition. They go jet motion, but they fake it as Jenkins keeps, and Jenkins lowers his shoulder and picks up 9 on first down. And I mean, it is so dangerous when you have a guy like him out on the outside, but at the quarterback position, you really got to pay attention.
I mean, I didn't even know if he handed the ball off that time, and I think Brandon Murphy didn't know either, but he was able to get back there and get his hands on him, but he wasn't able to bring him down.
Little double clutch there from Jenkins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Sacked on the play.
The Bears defense ready to come out and make a play. They're saying, hey, we can't get no points on the board the offensive way. Maybe the defense will try to get one on him.
Armstrong, Murphy, Wooding all on the scene for the Bears.
On the double hitch right there, the double pump, some of the players have to stop. You have to keep going and play through it. When you have an electric quarterback who can create with his legs, you can't just stop in the middle of a play. You have to play until that whistle blows.
3rd down and 4, ball at the 30-yard line. They hand it off. David Davis in the backfield and brought down. Clairton has it sniffed out one more time. It is Brandon Murphy, just a sophomore again, and you see why so many schools like him so early.
All over the field. He's making big impacts on every play. Every time we look down, you see that he's making a play.
And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Here the 2025 high school football season, and no score from Tyler Boyd Stadium. Come back with us for quarter number 2 in the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Need construction or real estate services? One call covers it all. Macero Construction Group, helping shape the city you love and the name behind Pittsburgh's skyline. We manage construction for many local schools, ensuring strong foundations for the future. Need space? Massaro Properties has prime office and warehouse locations in the airport corridor and downtown. And when disaster strikes, Massaro Restoration is ready 24/7. One name, one call. Massaro Construction Group. Building Pittsburgh. Serving you.
Welcome to La Roche University, where experience isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life.
At La Roche, our students thrive by putting their ideas into action.
So we came in today just kind of getting a general idea of valuing a model and how it is done in actual real-life time.
I think what they're doing in La Roche with the applied learning has a lot of value for the students. They're able to see the real-world numbers come to life, and that has a lot of impact for them.
La Roche University, engaging minds, embracing the world.
Get all your Steelers gear direct from the team. Shop the Steelers Pro Shop in-store or online for all things black and gold. You can get jerseys, hats, authentic memorabilia, custom gear, and exclusives you can't find anywhere else. And of course, get the ultimate Steelers game day accessory, the Terrible Towel. Steelers Nation shops here. Get your gear in-store or online at shop.steelers.com.
My patients and I grew up together. I love watching my patients when they retire, starting when they're 61, 62. 2 years left, doc. I got 2 years left, doc, and then I'm good. Then they deserve a retirement. And Medicare Advantage is for that.
I think we also want choice. Whether you are home or traveling, our plans give you access to a large network of doctors and hospitals, including UPMC. That's peace of mind.
You can't get better than that.
Celebrate the start of the football season at the Kickoff and Rib Festival at Acrisure Stadium, presented by IC Light, August 28th through September 1st. Admission is free and there's something for everyone. Enjoy national rib vendors, football, music, activities, and much more. Visit AcrissureStadium.com/ribfest for details.
Second quarter action here from Tyler Boyd Stadium. No score between Imani and Clairton. Mike Logan, Matt Fargo with you. Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. Starts with the punt to start us with the second quarter. And grabbing this is right. Avoids one, can't avoid the second. Good special teams coverage there for Imani Christian. Give Daniel Stevens, the sophomore, kudos on the special teams tackle.
We haven't really talked about the special teams too much, even in the pregame, because we have so many dynamic offensive and defensive players out here. But special teams has played a role in this too. We had a muff punt at the beginning in the first quarter, and then we had a nice play on special teams there. So that's going to play a factor in this game too. And we haven't had a score yet, so maybe our first score may come on special teams.
There's Wayne Wade, coach it up. Dante Wright. Great crowd on hand here at Clairton. Honoring their man Tyler Boyd. First down for the Bears. Thompson gonna test the far boundary. And he's got his man down the far sideline. That is caught by Brandon Murphy. And the first splash play for the Bears. At 30 yards on the air.
Listen, Brandon Murphy is putting his name on the board in this football game. In the first quarter, he was all over the field on defense. In the second quarter, he comes out in the first play and gets a 30-yard gain. That young man has come to play tonight.
I feel like we're going to be saying it all game, Mike, and just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. He's like, listen, it doesn't matter what year I am. I'm here to play tonight.
Thompson back to the ground game and nothing available for Lovelace Pompey. Good to see him back out there. He had left the game earlier slowly.
There might have been a missed block right there in the middle. I think they came free and was able to get him. I like the fact that Clairton is still mixing it up, though, still utilizing the run and the pass, even though the run wasn't successful that time.
Yeah, defensive end Will Gorman bound for Youngstown State. And timeout burned. We'll pay some bills as well. Come back with us here on KDKA Plus. High school football continues after this quick break.
There's no place like home and no place you'd rather be than at Steelers Style, presented by your neighborhood Ford store, PNC, UPMC, and UPMC Health Plan. Be a part of the largest and most anticipated fundraising event of the year, benefiting Steelers charities. Get your tickets now at Steelers.com/SteelersStyle.
You might not see the people's pipelines that deliver you safe, reliable natural gas every day because they are out of sight, hiding beneath your feet. But what's out of your sight is not out of our minds. We move through busy city streets to upgrade the infrastructure that served our region for decades, using state-of-the-art materials that reduce emissions to power homes and businesses with essential energy for generations to come. That's people's commitment to making your life better.
You know, when Gary's call came in, just by the sound of the call, you knew that this was a bad injury.
When I saw Gary in the hospital room, they were afraid that his injuries were so severe that the lower leg wouldn't be salvageable. It was 50-50 as to whether Gary was going to keep the lower limb.
My name's Gary. When I needed help the most, Edgar Snyder was there for me. I wouldn't have wanted no one else. I'm glad they were my team, straight up.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965 with a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
A deep ball here that's caught and going all the way to the end zone.
Second quarter action here from Tyler Boyd Stadium. Steelers High School Football Showcase presented by Giant Eagle, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Our JRM video production crew back at it for another season. Happy to have you along. Second down and 12 here for Clairton. They go to Ruffin around the corner, and it's a short porch over there between the sideline and in play. So got to keep your head on the swivel even when you're not in the game.
Listen, you got to always remember that there's live action, and when you got a fence right behind you and that little bit of room on that sideline, the guys who are not paying attention are in danger, and the coach will notice that and say, hey, you should have been paying attention to the game.
Yep. Always good advice either way, but even more important. Third down and 9 now at the 38. Thompson dialing one up at the sticks. Guess who? Murphy. First down, Bears. Another catch for 8, and he gets a fresh set of downs.
When Coach Wade spoke about Jeff Thompson, he talked about his ability to be able to read defenses and stay calm in the pocket. Right there, he let his receiver get open. The DB slipped a little bit. He's able to put the ball right on him with a little bit of velocity. Great pickup for the Bears.
Both of these teams had huge success in 7-on-7s this summer. Clairton won a bunch of them, including the Steelers 7-on at Bethel Park. Imani won the Ohio State High School 7-on-7. Clairton also won the University of Pittsburgh's, won Robert Morris. They've checked off a couple this year.
Well, I guess I'm a really show what kind of dinosaur I am, because when I was coming out, you know, the old grandfather stories, we didn't have the 7-on-7. So now I'm going to these different tournaments and being able to watch these guys and see what they're able to do. And it's very impressive.
Yeah.
But I like to put the pads on.
No doubt. Nothing beats that.
Knock a guy out. But you can see they get some development in those games and in those tournaments, so it's good for them.
Back to pass. Thompson going to fade route. End zone. A battle. Caught for the touchdown. Terrace Wooding. The Bears score first at Tyler Boyd Stadium.
And listen to that crowd. Listen to this crowd go wild as the Bears score first at Tyler Boyd Stadium, giving them a 6-0 lead over the Imani Saints.
19 yards as the senior Jeff Thompson dials it up.
And Robert Torres Johnson, the defensive back right there, was fighting for the ball, but just got it wrestled away from him.
Extra point. Rayshawn Williams. From his left foot. It will not find its way in. 10-17 to go in the second, and we have our first touchdown in Tyler Boyd history. It'll be a trivia question someday. Jeff Thompson dialing it up to Terrace Wooding for the Clairton touchdown. We'll be back on KDKF Plus.
I think this is a model institution. You are a point of pride here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You understand that going to college is also about what you do after college and making sure you are arming your students with the opportunity to have the skills they need to go out and chart their own path to success in their futures.
Miller's Mini Storage has the extra room you need. For more than 3 decades, our storage facility in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania has offered secure, affordable, and accessible storage solutions. Miller's Mini Storage has you covered. Simply bring a lock and key to keep your items safe at our location. New insulated units are available with dawn to dusk access. Storing with us is easy and convenient. Visit millersministorage.com today and reserve your space. Miller's Mini Storage. Your space, your way.
College isn't for everyone, but from pay to training to retirement, Pennsylvania Laborers Union members live better. PA Laborers Union offers a great wage potential of $42 per hour and terrific health benefits. Imagine having 0 student loans while receiving state-of-the-art construction training. Join the team and get mentorship and guidance from experienced members. Go now to laborparecruit.com for more information.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons.
Primary care sports medicine physicians.
Board-certified physical therapists.
A comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion.
Nutrition.
Athletic training.
Sports performance. Everything is right here that you need. So we deliver that right to you.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Herc Rentals, Kelly Automotive, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette,
Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. Clairton leads it now 6-0. This one squibbed to the 29, bobbled there. And got a couple on the return here as Tyvon Sewell on the return.
Matt, I don't know what's going on these kickoffs, but they're seeming to be having difficulty getting them down the field and difficulty handling them. And as we have had in this game, there's more laundry on the field.
Kelly Automotive drive summary, 5 plays, 69 yards, a minute 32 on that second quarter clock. 19-yard touchdown pass. Jeff Thompson hooks up with Terrace Wooding for the first score in Tyler Boyd Stadium history.
Like you said, nice trivia question there. Hate to be the defensive back on that, though, who gets scored on.
Right. It's a party. Pittsburgh Steelers are in the building. Ruffin tries to slow up Jenkins. Jenkins finds his way to the midfield stripe there for Imani.
And you see Jenkins running with some purpose right there on that run. Not that he wasn't before, but he had a little emphasis on that, like, I'm going to be the offense. I'm going to be the one that has to get this motor going.
18 touchdowns last season for Jenkins. And he finds a crease there. Just an absolute sliver, and he found it to the 45-yard line to declare it territory. Another first down.
And you see Coach DeRoy Johnson telling them, it's your team, it's your offense, we're going to go as you go. And he's had it the last couple carries.
Jenkins surveys. Here comes some pressure, and he'll just throw it out of bounds.
Seemed like some confusion on the call. You see Coach Johnson and Jenkins going at it a little bit on the sideline, a little miscommunication there. I don't think he knew what the play call was because there weren't many receivers down the field. I think there was only one receiver out in a one-man route right there. Communication is key when you're out there trying to run a high-paced offense.
Bears defense and fans getting into it here. Second down and 10 from the 45. Screen pass set up to David Davis. And everybody staying at home, but he'll squirt free and still push forward. And somehow Davis makes something out of that one that looked doomed from the start once he caught it. But that is what Davis is capable of. And him at 100% healthy, he's been injured much of the last two seasons.
And it looked like that the Imani Saints offense took a page out of Clairton's notebook and said, we'll get one of these screens and let it go to our playmaker. And a nice pickup there.
So it's third down and 2 from the 37, and a design run play for Jenkins, who squirts free. Jenkins is going into the end zone. Tie ball game. Touchdown Saints from 37 away.
And I told you, he was running with some purpose. You knew that he was getting the ball. I think everybody in the stadium knew that he was getting the ball, but he just put his head down, outran everybody on the defense, and gives Imani their first point to the game.
You just could feel it. You're absolutely right, Mike.
Listen,
you just felt like it was only a matter of time before he was going to break one.
You can tell when a person has purpose in what they're doing out there. And on the last couple of runs, I just seen it in his face and in his effort that he was going to do it. He just outran everyone on that play.
Extra point is good. So the Saints have the lead now, 7-6 over the Bears. 8:42 in the second, and our Steelers Showcase comes back after this on KDKA Plus.
Have a nice day, family.
What would they do without me?
Can someone fix my hair?
Must have cheesy eggs.
I can't find my keys.
No! Annoying! Never! I'm the king of
Oh, I need some help.
I better get more life insurance.
You're irreplaceable, but a life insurance policy from GBU Life can provide your family with the resources for a well-planned future. Visit gbu.org to get started.
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Primanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Shell, Panera Bread, Laway Enterprises, promotional products and apparel. Monty Christian takes the 7-6 lead over the Clairton Bears here in the second quarter. 8:42 to play. Saints will send it back the way of the Bears. Anthony Portis to do those honors. And picked up here by Michael Ruffin. Ruffin named the fastest player on the team by Wayne Wade, and you can see what he's capable of as he gets the corner but no further to the 31-yard line.
Showed a little burst right there, but good containment by the Saints. That's your responsibility, not to let no one outstretch you and get outside of you. And they were able to contain them on that kickoff.
Let's take a look at the Kelly Automotive drive summary. For the Saints, it was 4 plays, 60 yards, and 1 minute and 25 seconds off of the second quarter clock. Going to try to turn the corner here for Ruffin one more time, and a flag flies one more time.
That's been a similar theme going on here with Laundry going on the field, but you could see the burst right there. Ruffin trying to get around a corner on that one. He was able to get the corner, but maybe there was a hold that enabled him to do that.
Holding on the Bears is the call. See David Davis making that tackle.
And the Bears right now, they can't get into a little rut just because they gave up a touchdown. You know, you can keep the momentum going if you come back out and have a good drive, put a few good plays together, but you shouldn't start with a hold and a penalty on a nice game, bringing it all back.
Bears set up shop. First down at 10. The 23 is where they'll put it.
The crowd kind of mellowed down as the sun went down here.
There was a lot of energy in this building for that first quarter. Thompson with time this time. Throws tall, but holding that one down. Terrace Wooding one more time for a Clairton Bear first down to the 34.
And I think he's coming up a little gimpy right there.
He had to climb the ladder there. Another look.
Yeah, I think he's going to limp off there and take a play off. As a defensive back there, though, Torres Johnson, he was the one that gave up the touchdown. So don't think that the offensive coordinator didn't put that in his notebook. They're going to try to go back at him all day.
Second down and 7. Back to pass. And he'll throw it out of bounds with some pressure barreling down.
Another penalty.
Will Gorman, YSU commit for Imani. And yeah,
little frustration right there by number 56.
And Imani claps in approval.
Dakota Harris hit a player out of bounds. A little unnecessary roughness going on.
15 in the wrong direction for the Bears.
You can't do that. You can't commit the penalties that happen after the ball, unnecessary penalties after you gave up a touchdown. You need some veteran guys to really regroup and say, hey, we're not down. We gave up one touchdown. We're still in this game. Don't give up another big play before the half.
Third down and 18, back at the 23. Thompson, draw play that had some open room, but it collapsed quickly as Lovelace Pompey quickly brought down. Darius Clark among others on that tackle.
Looked like a great play in development. Yeah. It just shut down really quick right there. So Imani's defense showing that they still have some life right now, trying to match the offensive energy that was displayed on that last series out there. We'll give them another opportunity now to this fourth down. Little special teams communication error on the Saints sideline.
Yep, Imani takes this timeout. 6:30 to go here in the second. Imani, number 1 seed in 3A a season ago. High expectations, really ran roughshod through their schedule.
Right.
And ended up falling short of their goal, lost to the eventual WPIAL champions of the Avonworth Antelopes, who lost the state championship, and obviously have high expectations here in 3A. Let's check downstairs with Susie Cool.
Thanks, Matt. It might be Clairton's first game at their newly named stadium, and while it's exciting for the Clairton community, you can see it in the stands here tonight, completely filled out. Imani head coach Leroy Johnson said that's exactly why he wanted to kick off the 2025 season with this matchup. The Saints know they're marching into the Lions' Den. Johnson said Imani has every reason to lose this game. The crowd, the energy, the storylines, but that's exactly why the Saints want to win it, and they're truly embracing the role of the villain tonight. Matt?
Kind of sometimes it's fun to be the villain, right?
I know Coach Johnson very well. And when we coached together at University Prep, we were always the villain. He didn't care where we played at. He always wanted to play the villain card. And he's very good at it. I mean, he has a passion that is unmatched by anybody I've ever seen. When I was coaching when he was just young, I've seen his growth. I see his emotion. And I'm sure his players are playing with all of that built up in them today.
Punt unit is out for Clairton. It's Thompson punting this one up the. It was a high punt, but didn't get a lot of distance on it. And they're going to be down at the 44-yard line of Clairton. So short field for Imani to work with. 6:19 to go in this first half. And the Saints with the 1-point lead can add to it here with short field.
I talked about special teams maybe coming into play. It was something that we kind of overlooked with all the offensive, defensive hype before the game. But that short punt right there gives Imani the ball on their side of the field right now. Short field to go after their offense just went out and scored last possession.
Imani going to go full house here and run one off. Jenkins will push forward, ball. Well, he was going to be rolled down. Maybe trying to show them a front they had not seen there and trying to catch Clairton off.
I think he's laying down on the field. Not a good sign right there.
No. You know, we haven't seen a cramp, and obviously that's what you're hoping for in a situation like that, and it looks like that's what the athletic trainers are doing right now. For how humid it is, I'm almost surprised it took this long to have one.
Well, even in the open, Susie talked about Coach Johnson talking about cramps out there, and we hadn't seen one right now, but hopefully that's just what's going on out there, and offensive coordinator doesn't look like he's too worried right now, so
we will keep an eye on the field and step aside as the athletic trainers tend to him.
I'm Rocco, and I work here at Shell Polymers Monaco. Outside of work, I coach and train football at M7 Shell Sports Complex. We work with students on and off the field to develop their life skills, helping build my community.
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Primanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
Yeah, you saw there Jenkins limps off, cramping, now on the Imani sideline, so we'll tend to him. What was your go-to to get rid of the cramps on the sideline?
Pickle juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had pickle juice, and I never wanted to read into it because I couldn't stand it, but that was the go-to.
Well, a little bit overzealous Brandon Murphy wanted to join the Imani Saints in the backfield there.
It was funny to hear the few Imani fans that are here clapping over an injury, and it was just cramps for Jenkins.
Yes.
So they were elated that it wasn't something more serious.
Well, that means that David Davis takes over at quarterback for the Saints, and Davis gets the corner, and there goes Davis! Davis says, I can do it too, and he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Imani Christian, 39 yards.
Running with purpose, and it didn't matter if it was Jenkins or Davis. Same play that looked like it was bottled up, it wasn't going to go anywhere, and then he just outruns everybody to the end zone. He wanted it more. That run said he wanted it more. Look at this. Great blocking out there, too.
David Davis goes 39 yards. DD with the TD. And the extra point. Darius Clark 1 for 1 tonight and will be 1 for 2. That goes no good. Got some pressure there. Clairton able to cause some pressure on that extra point to make it 13-6 with 5:24 to go here in the second. And Imani with 13 unanswered points here in this second quarter.
Listen, it doesn't matter what position they're at. He says, that I just want to get them the ball. I want my playmakers to have the ball and just simple, runs right now. And Imani has scored twice on that. And it doesn't matter. It looks like Jenkins is okay, but Davis is able to handle the realms at being the quarterback. Able to go down the score and give Imani a 7-point lead. Coach Johnson's hype up over there.
And you know what? It also speaks to how Imani's able to regroup after your guy goes down, your quarterback goes down at Jenkins, and 2 plays later, your teammate's in the end zone anyway.
I tell you what, the camaraderie of a team will really help you go above and beyond. It doesn't matter. We know that somebody could come in for a starter and just we won't lose anything from that. And I think when you have guys like that on your roster, it's real easy to be relaxed and not, get overhyped when something happens to a player.
Clark boots it away. There's Ruffin on the return. Ruffin hits that hole hard, but will be stopped down at the 34 officially. Clairton offense back to work.
Critical series right here.
Yes.
This is a critical series. How do they respond to a little bit of adversity right now? After all the emotion that's went out of the stadium, you see the crowd kind of feeling like, okay, what are you going to do? They have to respond right now. So it's going to be an interesting series to see what they come out and do.
And how key Jenkins is on defense. Do you try to take advantage of his absence on the defensive side of the ball?
Seemed like they had a little mix-up there and getting the...
Flip it out to Wright. Wright gets good yardage as he tight ropes that far side boundary, 9 yards on the screen pass.
Seeing Coach Johnson get a little frustrated right there with personnel. Maybe that was because Jenkins is out and they didn't know who they were putting in to fill that role. Had some players running off the field late and a couple players that were still looking at the sideline on the snap of the ball.
They're going to give them all 10. First down for the Bears. Great first play of this series for Jeff Thompson and company. Thompson quickly out of his hands, completed one more time, and another Bear first down. A couple more as Murphy hauls it in and gets some yak after the catch.
The sophomore making yet another play, but I like the way Clairton is handling this situation right now. They don't look like they're panicking or anything. They slowed down the offense a little bit, just taking what the defense gives them, and they're moving the chains right now, which is very positive.
15 yards and a timeout taken here by Imani. Looks like Leroy Johnson has seen enough before burning a timeout here.
And I told you there was a little bit of chaos and miscommunication on that sideline right there. I seen Coach Johnson kind of yelling at some of the coordinators about who's playing what position, and I think that was a little mix-up when Jenkins went out on defense to see who was feeling it, and they've done it the last 3 plays. And finally he says, enough is enough. Let's get a timeout. Let's get organized and get the personnel right and the right package out on the field that needs to be out there on defense.
And you talk about X's and O's. That is on-the-fly coaching of taking advantage of it. And maybe it seems obvious to us up here in the booth or those of you watching at home, but being on the field and having to recognize that's a part of this.
One of the best coaches I've ever had, and he's a Hall of Fame coach, Dick LeBeau, was able to do that in an instant. There were times where we drew up complete defensive packages on the sideline, and I'm like, we're learning this on the fly. I'm not just talking about a variation of a cover 3. I'm talking about a whole complete new zone blitz package where everybody's going in different roles and responsibilities. So kudos to the coaching staff for Imani being able to get that together.
Very cool stuff. First down and 10 from the 41. Thompson dumps it off near side. It's Lovelace Pompey. Dion Lovelace Pompey. The senior hauls in the pass, and he'll pick up positive yardage on first down. Give him 5 there.
Like the way they're utilizing him today, just letting him get some chunk yards whenever he can. Hard-nosed player. Coach loves him.
Both of these offense look so much more comfortable than they did in the first quarter.
Yes.
2nd and 6. Delay handoff. And a hurdle from Lovelace Pompey. And a flag comes flying in. And this is going to be the question that always gets asked on these hurdling calls was the defender going low?
I'm waiting for the replay, but I think that the defender did go low. We'll have to see. Oh.
I understand why they put the rule in. It's player safety, but it's also football. You're trying to avoid a player. You're trying to avoid being tackled.
Listen, as a defensive player, I get it. You know, you want to go down low and try to get the help. But as an offensive player, I got to protect myself. And the only way to do that is to jump and hurdle and get over them. So I don't necessarily like that call. I understand it, but I don't like it.
I would love to have Marty Lynn, our rules aficionado, take on that, because it was a fantastic highlight reel play, but goes all for naught. 2nd and 15 because of the personal foul penalty, and they give it right back to Pompey, and he'll say, I'll keep my legs on the ground and do it the hard way.
He thought about it, though. He was thinking about it again. As the defensive back was sizing him up right there. You could see it in a little stutter step about him maybe hurdling again, but it kind of hit him in his mind right as he was getting ready to do it and went out of bounds. But you can see it right in his mental thing right there that he was getting ready to do it again. And this time he was able to pick up some yardage and get out of bounds, but man, that's a tough call.
Trying to get free is Lovelace Pompey on that screen pass. And he's going to be just shy, it looks like, of the line to gain.
And now we'll see what Coach Wade does on this 4th and much shorter and a different side of the field. Will they keep their offense out on the field to try to get this first down? And it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
The only way we got an official rules interpretation, the only way it's legal in high school football, a player can hurdle an opponent if that opponent is not contacting the ground with just their feet or their hands.
And
Imani reads this one beautifully. Anthony Portis, and Darius Clark on the scene.
Yeah, Imani was ready for that. They stacked up the middle, and that doesn't look good. Looks like Pompey took off his helmet and limped over to the sideline as well after that, down on one knee over there.
That's another turnover on downs. It's Imani football. They go for it on fourth. And the Saints take over. And Mike, you said that drive was critical. I'd argue even this one is for opposite reason for Clairton. Bears need to make sure the Saints don't get in the end zone the next 3 minutes.
If they get another touchdown right before this half, that momentum is definitely going to switch with them. Right now, if Clairton can make a good stop and go in, maybe they have the momentum. But that was a pretty good series for the Clairton Bears offense. The hurdle play nullified a good drive and put them in bad position. More
play a game on Imani. We've had quite the flag-filled first half.
For such a clean turf surface out there, it's been plenty dirty with yellow flags throughout this first half.
Coming up at halftime, the Shell halftime report. Susie Cool, Colin Johnov. We are also going to be joined by our good friend Carlos Zofko, the WPIAL insider himself, to break down the top 10 players you need to watch in the Steelers High School Showcase this year. And carry forward on first down. Good to see Jenkins back out there.
Seems like Imani's going slow the pace down a little bit right now. Maybe content just trying to get to the half up 7. Definitely slowed the pace down from the offense that they were running in the first half, first quarter.
Clairton gets the ball to start the third, just for your information.
Taking the play clock all the way down.
Nice. Immediately hit as soon as Jenkins hit the hole. He was decked.
And a timeout by Clairton shows you that they're trying to get the ball back before the half.
Yep, third down coming up. That was Darren Pinson on the tackle there for Clairton as the Bears burn a timeout. .205 to go here in this first half.
So, interesting first half. Kind of started with a big bang going on here, and it's kind of
literally.
It really did. It really did.
Fireworks that went off.
I must admit that I was a little shook up here in the booth. I ain't afraid to put it out there. I was a little shocked by the fireworks going on here, but it was an electric atmosphere, and it's been a great first half. It's been a great first half of football thus far.
Yeah, if you just joined us, Single A's one of the best teams in Class A. Clairton opening this beautiful new stadium, Tyler Boyd Stadium, renovated really over the summer and over last year. They only played one home game here last year, used Thomas Jefferson all of last season for their home games. So been a while since the Bears have been at home.
I was talking to Joe Lofton, and I'm sure you guys know Joe. It was just, we just talked about being in this space and how good it is to see it being renovation and see the brightness of it. It's showing in the fans' faces they walked into the stadium tonight.
These programs with so much history, this building will turn 95 years old in November as Jenkins throws it, and it's broken up beautifully. Great coverage by Dante Wright. Intended receiver Robert Torres Johnson.
And yes, Matt, there is another flag on the play. And a player also laying on the new turf of Tyler Boyd Stadium.
Yes.
One of the Imani Saints.
I think that's, well, you see Johnson there. Training staff out to attend. As the sun sets here on this opening night of high school football. So many great headlines. Hope you caught the Friday night countdown pregame show. It will be every Friday night at 6:30 leading up to our game at 7. We have a great slate of games in store for you here on the Steelers High School Showcase. My favorite part of this, Mike, is that we get to see all the classifications.
Right.
We'll see single A and triple A tonight. And Susie Cool has an update for us. Susie.
Senior running back for the Clairton Bears, Dion Pompey, is over there on the Bears sideline, and it seems he's having a left shoulder issue. He's getting checked out by his trainer right now. It's not looking good, but I will get some updates from head coach Wayne Wade after the half. Matt?
Thank you, Susie.
Very unfortunate news for the Clairton Bears. Hopefully he's able to get back after halftime, a little break. But that would be a big impact for the Bears if he's out.
4th down. Punt unit is out and almost got that one. Punts away, caught on the run, spinning away from until help arrives, and finally whistles blow it dead. But boy, it took the entire Saints special teams to bring down Brandon Murphy.
Yeah, and Brandon Murphy has been just, a solid force for the Clairton Bears right there, doing it all on the punt return that time. But the Bears have the ball at the 50-yard line or the 49-yard line with a minute 44 left before halftime. So we'll see what they can do.
You have half a football field to work with. You have some timeouts in your pocket. See what the Bears can do. Try to tie things up here at the break. Here's Thompson. Trips top of your screen. Little pump fake from Thompson. Pressure comes in and he'll go down. Sacked on the play.
For a moment there, I thought Thompson was just going to take off and had a little opening in the middle of the field, but wasn't able to generate any yards with his legs, and nobody broke free in the secondary.
Swell on the sack for the Saints. It'll be 2nd down and 12 at the 49-yard line now of Clairton. More pressure. He was evading and then skipped the pass short. It will be 3rd down. But immediate pressure there from Imani Christian's Will Gorman.
And Imani knows what's at stake right now before halftime. They said we're not just going to sit back and let these guys, get closer and closer down the field. We're going to send some pressure at them and make them move around on the pocket. Was able to be successful defensively on that play.
.109 to play here in this second quarter. 3rd down and 12. Thompson conducts, pressure comes, evades it, and he can't escape. Another sack. Will Gorman, and then an extra shove there, and a flag flies late.
Frustration starting to settle in at the end of the half. And, that's where you really got to get your composure. I think the senior guys and the upperclassmen really have to get a hold of their team and say, listen, these are critical points in the game, and it can change the course of the game by what goes on right here. And you see Clairton started at midfield, and now they're all the way back, 15 yards back, and some people are starting to get a little frustrated. You need your leadership and your captains to really step in right now and calm everything down.
4th down, 12. Clock winding here in the waning moments of this second quarter. Clairton in no hurry. Doesn't look like Imani is either at this point.
And I think that was Clairton's goal right there. If we're not going to be able to move the ball down the field, let's just waste this time and get into halftime only down by 7.
Play clock still at 14 seconds. Game clock at 15 now. Couple seconds in favor. They're going to let it run all the way down and then get it away. Great punt. Fielded at the 27 and returned across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Nice job making sure the return didn't go too far. On the return there for Imani, Jeremiah Dent, just a freshman. And that's the way the first half comes to a close. With Imani Christian leading Clairton 13-6 at the break. And Leroy Johnson has called his whole team over. Before he goes to the locker room, he wants to give them some words of wisdom.
And franchise, as we call him, he knows what he's doing out there. He wants the crowd to see this. He wants his players to understand the atmosphere and what's going on before they go in at halftime. That locker room is still pretty small over there, condensed, but he wants to make sure his players understand what's going on. He wants them to see the field, see the crowd, and see what's going on before he goes into the locker room with his team.
And Susie Cool has pulled coach from the speech. Securing that to send us to this halftime break. You see them there? All right, some technical difficulties. Apologized as we have a 13-6 advantage for the Imani Christian Saints over the Clairton Bears at halftime of our Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week presented by Giant Eagle with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Halftime show presented by Shell. The back half of this break. Stick around for high school football action coming up on KDK Plus.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that? Now, meal this. A salad for the first time in a week meal. A catching up with your ex meal.
So, how's your mom?
Been there. Ooh, a scoring cool dad points meal.
Obviously.
Thank you. Do I spy an I need 5 minutes to myself meal? Whatever you're feeling, at Panera, it just meals good.
Relive your favorite moments at the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Honor Museum.
They really wore that back then, Grandpa?
Yeah, they really did.
Playing back then was tough, believe me.
Now this is the best era. Nobody could beat that dynasty.
I couldn't agree more. Those teams were unstoppable.
Now, I don't know about that, but the team was really good in the 90s.
Come on. You couldn't catch those teams of the 2000s. They went the distance, literally.
That's what I'm talking about! Yes!
The 70s are definitely the
no
best.
Way. The 2000s, hands down. Whoa, guys, stop fighting. I think every era was pretty sweet.
You said it, kid.
I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I hope to see you back here soon.
Wait, your tea?
Seems like a nice spot.
I think this is a model institution. You are a point of pride here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You understand that going to college is also about what you do after college and making sure you are arming your students with the opportunity to have the skills they need to go out and chart their own path to success in their futures.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 7 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
Pittsburgh, are you ready? The top teams in women's college volleyball are coming to PPG Pace Arena for an epic event. It's the 2nd annual State Farm Women's Volleyball Showcase, taking place on Labor Day weekend, August 31st and September 1st, featuring the national semifinalist Pitt Panthers, defending national champion Penn State, plus nationally ranked Arizona State and TCU. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. 4 elite teams, 4 incredible matches, 1 unforgettable weekend of volleyball action. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
At Octane Customs, we take pride in helping our local businesses make an impact. We don't just wrap vehicles, we build moving billboards that get your business noticed. From bold designs to expert installation, our 3M certified team delivers quality you can trust every time. Book now and mention this ad to get 10% off your custom business wrap and turn every mile into a marketing opportunity. Octane Customs, your brand on the move.
I'm Rocco, and I work here at Shell Polymers Monaca. Outside of work, I coach and train football at M7 Shell Sports Complex. We work with students on and off the field to develop their life skills, helping build my community.
And then you just got your It's closer. I know what that looks like.
Once again, folks, I have the number behind the tape. 3300859. Orange ticket. 3300859. Orange ticket. You have that ticket. Report to the assistance stand, collect your winnings. Thank you.
Stay connected with all the action. Follow JRM Sports on X, Instagram, and YouTube. Get the latest highlights, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes moments from your favorite sports. Don't miss a second. Follow us today.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that? Now, meal this. A salad for the first time in a week meal. A catching up with your ex meal.
So, how's your mom?
Been there. Ooh, a scoring cool dad points meal.
Obviously.
Thank you. Do I spy an I need 5 minutes to myself meal? Whatever you're feeling, at Panera, it just meals good.
Need construction or real estate services? One call covers it all. Macero Construction Group, helping shape the city you love and the name behind Pittsburgh's skyline. We manage construction for many local schools, ensuring strong foundations for the future. Need space? Macero Properties has prime office and warehouse locations in the airport corridor and downtown. And when disaster strikes, Macero Restoration is ready 24/7. One name, one call. Macero Construction Group, building Pittsburgh, serving you.
Did you know you can make your home or building look brand new? For the whole project, or just spot repointing, make your home exterior brand new like when it was built. Call or visit Mariani-Richards.com.
Stay connected with all the action. Follow JRM Sports on X, Instagram, and YouTube. Get the latest highlights, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes moments from your favorite sports. Don't miss a second. Follow us today.
And we'll welcome you back to Tyler Boyd Stadium. Shell halftime show. Apologize, some technical difficulties knocking us off at halftime, but haven't missed anything yet. Second half still to resume, but we take a look alongside the Super Bowl champ Mike Logan in the building. And Mike, what do you make of this first half statistics with Imani Christian leading it at the break 13-6?
Well, after I got my nerves in order and settled down up here in the booth, it's been a great game. I expected it to be a little more explosive on the offensive end, especially from the Clairton Bears not having any rushing yards. But Imani has come to play. Their quarterback seems, it doesn't matter who they put in at quarterback, they're all able to go in and score and be electric. But I'm looking forward to the second half to see if Clairton's defense really steps up.
Well, we're underway here in the third as Clairton trailing, and we'll get the ball. And here's a nice return for the Bears. Michael Ruffin on the return. And if you're joining us late, let's take a look at those Giant Eagle first half highlights. A muff punt. Imani had a chance at recovering it, but Clairton, the perfect Tyler Boyd-esque bounce here. The first big break for the Bears and this newly christened field. But Clairton would score the first touchdown of this new field. A 19-yard pass from Jeff Thompson. He finds Terrace Wooding for the touchdown. Made it 6-0. Then pair of touchdowns. Gabe Jenkins scored the first. David Davis scored the second for the Saints. And here we are, 13-6, with the Bears having the football and carry that goes to the 45-yard line.
And although that was only a 3 or 4 yard pickup, it was good to see Pompey back in the game carrying the ball. Went down with an injury right before the half, but was able to bounce back and was able to get that carry. So that was good news for the Clairton Bears.
Second down, 6 after the pickup of 4 from the 45-yard line. Trips go top of your screen. Design run play for Ruffin. Mike Ruffin carries forward for a couple more, just shy of the midfield stripe, where it will be third down as we take a look at the UPMC Sports Medicine Instant Replay.
You can tell that Coach Wade wants to get Ruffin out on that corner to utilize that speed that he has, but he hasn't been able to break out there just yet. But you can't keep him bottled up too long. The more carries he gets, the better chances he has of getting out of there breaking free.
You get an injury. Lonnie Christian.
Maybe that be the cramp bug again. Maurice Williams.
They are
cramping up.
Yeah.
Might have to pull out the old pickle juice. See if it works for him. You see the players out there just gulping down water trying to. When I played in Jacksonville, man, it was one of the things that heat out there in that sun. And
yes.
I had a coach by the name of Tom Coughlin who didn't care about us getting any water or keeping ourselves hydrated down there back when the rules in the league was a little bit tougher.
Yeah, needing water was a sign of weakness.
Yes.
3rd and 4 from the 47. Thompson gives it away and nothing available. Sliding in for Imani Christian. Darius Clark, the junior. Make it 4th down on no gain.
And again, they give it to Ruffin.
Going to go quick here. Failed a 4th down conversion in the first half. Look to that far sideline.
Maybe trying to get him to jump again.
And I think they're going to burn the timeout early. Ruffin calls it. And with 10 minutes to go here in the third, Imani leads at 13-6 on the Steelers Showcase.
Give your entree an upgrade. Now for just $3.99, swap a side for unlimited soups, fresh salads, and hand-cut fruits. The Eaton Park Soup, Salad, and Fruit Bar. Now on sale, only at Eaton Park.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
You know, when Gary's call came in, just by the sound of the call, you knew that this was a bad injury.
When I saw Gary in the hospital room, they were afraid that his injuries were so severe that the lower leg wouldn't be salvageable. It was 50-50 as to whether Gary was going to keep the lower limb.
My name's Gary. When I needed help the most, Edgar Snyder was there for me. I wouldn't have wanted no one else. I'm glad they were my team, straight up.
At Hello Bistro, we keep it fresh. Fresh flavors, fresh choices, endless ways to build what you're craving. Because food should be as bold as you are. You deserve fresh. Only at Hello Bistro.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, Octane Customs, your brand on the move. Welcome back to Tyler Boyd Stadium. Great aerial shot. Always provided by GBU Life. Back here, third quarter action. Imani leads Clairton 13-6. Back with former Pittsburgh Steeler, McKeesport Tiger, WVU Mountaineer, Mike Logan.
Listen, got to go out during halftime and see a couple of my peeps here. A lot of McKeesport people here in the stands wanting to show up and show support for Tyler Boyd and getting the stadium named after him. So Mon Valley people, stick together, man.
We keep it in the Mon Valley next week. We head to McKeesport, Mike's old stomping grounds, to see Peters Township Indians against the Tigers. There's a handoff. Dante Wright with a burst of speed and power. First down, Bears. A long time there between timeout and trying to convert that fourth down. and they got all of it.
I was going to say, I don't know what they put in the Gatorade bottles after that break right there, but they came out with a purpose right there and running the ball and picking up some positive yards to get them on the positive side of the rushing totals. Was very surprised to hear that they didn't have any rushing yards in the first half.
A couple of sacks aiding that. Obviously, Thompson had been successful throwing the ball. Tossed that 19-yard touchdown pass. First down here, design run play for Ruffin, and Ruffin breaks free. And he's running out of this Wildcat formation without Thompson in at quarterback, and it's working right now for the Bears.
As I said a couple plays ago, that they're going to keep trying to feed him the ball. I can tell that they were consistently giving him the ball, seeing if he can break free. But these last two runs have showed something in the Clairton Bears offense, that they're spirited up and ready to gain some yards on the ground.
Imani takes the timeout. And the Bears fans like that. They really like it.
Oh, they really like it, getting charged up here in this second half. But you can tell that Imani's a little shook right there. On these last two plays, Clairton has been able to successfully move the ball with some force and with some emphasis on the run. And Imani said, hold on now, let's get ourselves together. Let's take a timeout. But that's a good call on your defense when you're just not able to stop the runner and forcing their will on you. Let's take a timeout, regroup, and see if we can stop it. But we'll see if it pays homage. Anything surprise you in that first half of this game?
Not too much, honestly. I feel like I thought it would be very much a heavyweight fight where you're feeling each other out in those opening rounds.
Right.
No one's going for the haymaker early. And but we both said in the second quarter we were feeling that both teams were a play away from breaking it, and that ended up happening.
Yeah.
So I'm curious now, as I'm sure you are, to see we really didn't see too many chances being taken.
Right.
Now, as we get into the waning moments of this quarter and the next, when are they going to start, maybe trying to slide those chances in?
With all that great athletic talent out on the field, right now it's going to come down to these two coaches jockeying for who has the right calls to make at the right time to see if something can happen. So, but the crowd is ready.
Yes, Clairton's behind their Bears. They hand it off. Lovelace Pompey breaks free inside the 20. Just shy of a fresh set of downs, by the way, on that play. Jeff Thompson returned in at quarterback.
This crowd is getting into it. Started off this second half really pumped up here. We can hear these excited fans up in the booth, and they're getting this new stadium a little rocking up here. Hopefully all the bolts are tightened and everything.
Clairton enters the Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone. And a timeout taken for an injury. See there, Saints are down.
The crowd doesn't like it.
Cramp it up. And we'll step aside, take a quick break. We'll be back.
My favorite thing to buy at Giant Eagle is sourdough bread.
This is hard because I have really good things to say. I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
We love the fact that we have the My Perks program.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
They are always very friendly, especially Pam.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 7 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
Welcome to La Roche University, where experience isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life.
At La Roche, our students thrive by putting their ideas into action.
So we came in today just kind of getting a general idea of valuing a model and how it is done in actual real-life time.
I think what they're doing in La Roche with the applied learning has a lot of value for the students. They're able to see the real-world numbers come to life, and that has a lot of impact for them.
La Roche University, engaging minds, embracing the world.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965 with a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Welcome you back to Tyler Boyd Stadium in Clairton, Pennsylvania. Clairton inside the Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone. Throwing a pop pass, it's caught and then almost lost, but they were able to make sure he secured it at the 10. And how about this, as Thompson's on the receiving end of that pass, quarterback ends up being receiver on that one from the throw by Dante Wright.
And I think they confused the Imani defense because he was wide open.
Another first down run here. Picking his way for a yard is Wright.
And coming out of that timeout, that injury timeout out there, Imani still seemed to have the right personnel out there, as Thompson was wide open on that previous play. If he wouldn't have bobbled it, he may have scored.
Bears knocking on the door, trying to tie things here in the third quarter. Thompson. They go jet sweep. Wright gets the corner, but nothing there. Great containment, as it was Gabe Jenkins that sealed that corner.
Great discipline by the defense and not getting confused with the little reverse that they had go on there. Still have to maintain your outside leverage. Very disciplined defense by the Saints.
Looks like Wright just lost his shoe on that one. Now it's third down and goal. And there's some confusion of Clairton.
The play clock is still going down,
like
though.
They
reset it now.
Thompson will throw and out of the hands, incomplete. Had a chance for Armstrong. It will be fourth down.
Daniel Stevens, number 24 for Imani, didn't give up on that play. Was able to knock the ball down.
It's the right play call.
Definitely the right play call, but as a defensive back, you can never give up on it. Doesn't matter if it's in his hands or anything. You got to strip through the ball, and that's exactly what Stevens did right there, number 24 for Imani. Great play by the defensive back, or they would have had a touchdown.
Now it's fourth down. Bears have turned it over a handful of times tonight. Fourth down and goal, ball at the 11. Thompson will throw, slant intercepted at the goal line, picked off and returned out. Saints get another takeaway, and this time Mikal Hall on the INT.
Is it number 6 or number? I think that might have been Craig hit. Is it number 8 or number 6?
It sure is.
With an offer from WVU.
I knew you
wanted to get that in there on that broadcast right there.
Craig Head on the INT, offers from Duke and WVU.
And that just crushes an offense who drove all the way down the field, gets into the red zone, and then throws an interception on 4th down. And Imani's feeling pretty good right now. That's understanding where you're at on the field and understanding what they have to do in that situation. It was 4th down. They were trying to get it into the end zone. Seems like he was right in his zone right there where he was supposed to be. Be very disciplined. Quarterback throws the ball. You just read it and get the pick. Had to be crushing for the Bears offense, but they got to respond. A lot of them guys play defense. They have to put that in the back of their mind and get ready to go out and try to get the ball back for their offense.
Sidestepping one is Jenkins carrying forward to the 20-yard line. And this is one of those drives now, Mike, where, you know, Imani doesn't necessarily need to score. Obviously, scoring here is the goal, and they'd love to do it, but it's more about time and possession now than it even is about scoring.
Yeah, I think they're going to slow this thing down a little bit, but I think they're going to have to send a memo to Jenkins because he's still running with purpose right now, and it seems like that he wants to go in and make this offense go, but they have to be smart about it.
Still a ton of time, just under 6 minutes here in the third, and a one-score ball game. Imani fumbles the snap and had a perfect bounce right back up to Jenkins. If this was grass, Mike.
I was just going to talk about the new turf in here right now. You know, this new turf still doesn't have a lot of give right now. You know, the ball is bouncing right back up into their hands. So getting a little lucky in the even though they're in the opponent's stadium right now.
Perfect bounce on that one makes it 3rd down and 5, ball at the 21 as Jenkins does a check with me. Trips top of your screen and now whistles and a timeout Clairton, and everybody's burning timeouts here in the third early.
Between penalty flags and timeouts, this game has been stopped so many times, but I think there's some miscommunication going on between the players and the coaches in getting the right personnel on both sides of the sideline. So, you know, they have to really work that thing out because communication is key.
Hey, make sure you're following us on social media at Steelers Youth FB and at JRM Sports for real-time content and highlights on X, Instagram, and YouTube. You can watch the full Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week on YouTube anytime.
Well, listen, my kids are always on YouTube, and Rain and Kingston are at home right now saying, I said, are you watching me or are you watching YouTube? And guess what? We won them over. So they're tuned in right now watching us. So we're better than YouTube, I guess.
How about it? Glad you're all tuned in to lift the lid on this 2025 high school football season.
All right. I think they got everything worked out right now, but timeouts are burning.
Yeah, there's already been 3 in this half already. Imani's burned 1. Clairton has now had 2 away from their allotment. Jenkins, not much available. Great job by the defensive front of the Bears. Colin Johnov highlighted the offensive line in the pregame show, and this front, a lot of them both sides of the football, and it's different out there, Mike. You're playing both sides, offensive line and defensive line.
Yeah, and those big guys on a humid day like today, they're probably a little wore down. I was a little surprised right there that Imani was so conservative, though, and just running the Wildcat right up the middle on 3rd down, making it 4th down, punting from your own territory.
And a line drive punt that will bounce around and taking a spill is Murphy, but honestly, if you're a Bears fan, you're just happy he held on to the football.
Yeah, that did look dangerous right there on a line drive kick, but not a good sign for Imani as a player is down.
I believe that is Darius Clark, who was doing the punting duties. He had pressure when he got this thing off. Oh, just no contact there.
Yeah. No contact, could be another cramp, but looks like he's limping.
Fireworks show here over Clairton tonight.
We had a couple fireworks on the field out here. We had some nice runs, some turnovers, and we also had the crowd making enough noise to make it feel like there were fireworks out here at times.
Yeah, they've rode a little bit of a roller coaster tonight of emotions up and down. You know the Bears fans would love to get back into this thing. And the Bears fans on cue almost. Ruffin gets the carry and can't find much. Yard and a half. Let's check downstairs with Susie Cool.
Thanks, Matt. Prior to this game, I talked with both head coaches, and I said, give me one word to describe week 0. Bears head coach Wayne Wade simply said win. But funny enough, Saints head coach Leroy Johnson said cramps. He immediately thinks cramps when it comes to week 0. He said if we can get through the first half without a cramp, then he'll feel good about it. But I think we're seeing his Saints starting to cramp up here right now. Matt?
Yeah, it's that time of year, Susie. Screen pass set up to Wright. Wright hurdles a man, and he'll get first down yardage. And that one was a legal hurdle because wasn't just your feet or your hand.
All right, and I wanted to get some clarity on that right there. So the defender was on the ground. When he's on the ground, you can legally hurdle him. Okay.
If you're trying to engage the offensive player, he actually kind of technically he only jumped over one of his own guys.
Yeah. So all legal here, and another Imani Saint is down on the ground, and I do believe it is cramps as well. The Clairton fans not feeling that.
Well, you get a little bit of momentum.
But listen, let me tell you, if you ever had a cramp or a Charlie horse, believe you me, you're going down. I'm telling you.
Mike, I didn't need to play football to have them. I get them getting out of bed.
Just a little cramp, and I know it's frustrating, and I know that these fans are probably thinking, oh, he's just trying to, stop the momentum of our offense, but it happens, man. I'm sorry, it does happen.
Was there any moments, though, that you knew some guys that were going down late in the fourth quarter, no timeouts?
Most definitely. One of those guys you're looking at right now. I'm letting you know, I can recall a couple long drives, and I was just burnt out completely, and I said, listen, I'm looking over to the side, and I wasn't going to tap my helmet, but I went down and just started grabbing them legs and grabbing them hamstrings and saying that I got a Charlie horse, I'm sorry. And then when I got to the sideline, I was like, I just needed a break.
First down at 10 from the 47 for Clairton. Fans getting back into this one here at Tyler Boyd Stadium. Screen pass set up near side, and Wooding finds his footing to the 40. And inside the 40 to the 39-yard line, a yard and a half shy of the sticks.
And Clairton's offense looks like they've been rejuvenated right now. Maybe those little breaks that Imani took from getting cramps has backfired on him.
Trips top of your screen for Thompson. Hand it off one more time. Lovelace Pompey squirms his way for very close to first down yardage, and the official takes a step backwards. Looks like he's going to be a yard short, where it will be third down. They could make it 2 yards.
Yeah,
they didn't give him anything.
He stepped back on that right there, but
great crowd on hand, and there are probably all the empty spaces you see are the fans that have lined the fence along the sideline. Nowhere to find a spot front row for Wright, who sends it forward right at the sticks.
I think these fans are just excited. They're too excited to sit down. They want to be up close to the action. So, as you stated, Matt, they are all lined up all the way down, wrapping around to even where the band is at down there. So, these empty, it's believe me, it's a packed house. They're just standing up.
They gave Dante Wright a first down, so Bears get a fresh set here. As the clock ticks towards the fourth quarter of this matchup, 13-6, Imani Christian leads it. They go right back to Lovelace Pompey, who gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing available.
Imani's defense able to step up and stack up that middle as they Clairton Bears try to run it down their throat, per se. But that might be a setup for a big play coming up here, so we'll have to see as the clock is dwindling down, under a minute left in this third quarter of action here at Clairton Stadium. Imani making a substitution, trying to keep their players fresh.
Screen pass to the far side, and first down and more. Again, it's Murphy inside the 10. Murphy would not be denied. He's down to the 5. First and goal, Clairton, 32 yards.
The sophomore, Brandon Murphy, with determination, grit, and physicality, is able to muscle his way down to the red zone, almost into the end zone. With a nice play on a screen right there to put him in position to score before the third quarter runs down.
Last play potentially of the third. Wildcat formation for the Bears, and they get one, no more. As they gave that off to Dante Wright, that will take us to the fourth. One-score game. The Bears 4 yards away from tying it when we go to the fourth quarter of the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Celebrate the start of the football season at the Kickoff and Rib Festival at Acrisure Stadium, presented by IC Light, August 28th through September 1st. Admission is free and there's something for everyone. Enjoy national rib vendors, football, music, activities, and much more. Visit acrissurestadium.com/ribfest for details.
You might not see the people's pipelines that deliver you safe, reliable natural gas every day because they are out of sight, hiding beneath your feet. But what's out of your sight is not out of our minds. We move through busy city streets to upgrade the infrastructure that served our region for decades, using state-of-the-art materials that reduce emissions to power homes and businesses with essential energy for generations to come. That's people's commitment to making your life better.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that? Now, meal this. A salad for the first time in a week meal. A catching up with your ex meal.
So, how's your mom?
Been there. Ooh, a scoring cool dad points meal.
Obviously.
Thank you. Do I spy an I need 5 minutes to myself meal? Whatever you're feeling, at Panera, it just meals good.
Thanks for fixing the door.
I was nervous about that lock.
To your family, you are more than just your income.
What would she do without me? She'd probably have to marry our next-door neighbor, Todd.
Well, Todd, I have no feelings for you whatsoever, but I'm going to have to say I do. I can't afford a handyman.
Gotta get some life insurance.
Although you're irreplaceable, a life insurance policy from GBU Life can provide the financial security your family needs for a secure future. To get started, visit gbu.org.
There's no place like home and no place you'd rather be than at Steelers Style, presented by your neighborhood Ford store, PNC, UPMC, and UPMC Health Plan. Be a part of the largest and most anticipated fundraising event of the year, benefiting Steelers charities. Get your tickets now at Steelers.com/SteelersStyle.
Let's play a fourth for the first time in Tyler Boyd Stadium. Imani Christian leads Clairton 13-6. First play of the fourth is a touchdown for the Bears. Michael Ruffin scores for Clairton.
I can't lie. I thought the guy, who's a little guy, 5'9", 180 pounds, I thought he was stopped short of the goal line. And maybe they are saying he's just a smidgen short of the goal line. I think they're marking it at the inch mark.
Did they call him short?
Where's the replay screen in this brand-new,
oh my goodness,
new renovated stadium so we can take a look at it?
That's a touchdown.
Ooh. Tough call
There's
there.
to the play. They're right at the one, though. Here we go. Murphy keeps and is denied. Imani closes the door and will make it 4th down, and the plot thickens here. Everybody in the building thought it was a touchdown for Clairton.
And how?
An official signal touchdown.
Yes, he did. How instrumental is this call right here for the game? They say it's a game of inches, and that was less than an inch.
Wow.
But now they're backed up.
Now it's 4th down. 4th
At
down
the
and
2.
goal from the 2. Thompson gets the snap, rolls, looks, surveys, no one available, throws into the end zone. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs, and the Saints deny the Bears at the goal line.
Man, oh man. What a world of events that happened on the last few plays of this football game. The official, we're looking at the replay of the last play, but that.
Yeah, we need to go back and look at the touchdown that was not.
And that's going to be the storyline of this game if it ends up like this. The touchdown that was not. Man. You see some of the Clairton players looking dejected.
Another look at it. Michael Ruffin.
And does the ball break the plane before that knee is down?
Here's the look at it. From that angle, I don't think there's any question. But
yeah.
Obviously can't do it. Gabe Jenkins in at quarterback, and they are pinned up their own shadow of their goalpost. And a timeout, Imani, to talk over how they're going to handle all the pressure right now that is undoubtedly coming their way here in the 4th quarter. You thought Clairton had at least got within one. Was an extra point away from tying this thing, and then it's taken off the board.
And then you get a play after that where you're on the inch-yard line and you lose 2 yards.
Yes.
And move yourself backwards and put yourself in a difficult situation on 4th down. End up throwing the ball, getting it incomplete. And that momentum that Clairton had, they have to keep it going right now because there's still an opportunity to pin Imani back right now, so they can't get too dejected by the call and just focus on the next play. Hard to do when you think you tied up the game, though. Got to show some heart. We'll see who the real players are right now, being able to overcome some adversity.
Imagine this is going to be as safe as you can do it. They say he was down at the 2. Jenkins' helmet came off, so he has to come out for a play. So who will take the snap here? Because David Davis was not on the field for this series yet.
And they've been having some personnel issues on offense. They've been burning timeouts. So did they get another player in there? I think they're still short a player. They are.
Someone comes in hobbling in. Doesn't even look like, oh my goodness. Just to take the snap and push forward. The ball came out. Was he down? They're going to say he was down, and
they call him down.
There's another.
Ball was loose.
Going to be another good replay here. There's another injured Saint down, and see if we can take another look at this last play as That was Maurice Williams who came in for that snap, and then you knew he was struggling. Let's take a look at this.
Got to see if he's down. Yeah.
Yes, that was a good call.
Great call. Forearms down clearly. As you see his arm down.
JRM. Supermo.
Great call by the official on that one. He got that one right.
But how about Maurice Williams, who limped onto the field to take that snap because Gabe Jenkins had to come out with his helmet coming off.
And he had the, Kaiser Sosa limp going out there to get on the field just to be able to get the play called. A lot of fans upset saying that they're trying to get some illegal timeouts here, but still hobbling, trying to get him off the field.
He's proud. Programs.
Well, you can't blame him.
No.
I mean, you had to get 11 players out on the field trying to get the play off.
So now it's 3rd down and 10. Ball's still at the 2. And this is going to be a flag. An illegal substitution on Imani, which is half the distance. Ball gets moved to the 1. And things get even more interesting here.
And the crowd is getting more animated. As you see, bunches of the crowd starting to bunch up here in the stands.
Jenkins,
everybody's motions coming in.
Back in a quarterback. He'll take the design run to the left. Did he get out of the end zone? Ooh. The officials rule he did.
Ooh.
And it will be 4th down, quite literally at the half-inch yard line here. I think he just got the ball out.
I don't know. I think the Bears beg to differ here. We have to. Well, they actually marked them at the 1. So look at the replay here. Ooh.
Just got it out there. What a play by Jenkins to stretch it out.
Heck of a play by Jenkins, but I think it was a little closer than that. I think that knee or arm might have been down, but that's neither here or there. They're in punt formation now on 4th down.
Punts away. They were able to get it away. Return from the 35 to the 25. Turns the corner to the 15 and knocked out of bounds. Clairton sets up shop inside the red zone with 8:25 to play.
Penalty on the field. I think that's a block in the back that wasn't needed. And it's going to mess up a beautiful return and momentum. The Bears are shooting themselves in the foot right now. Look at the replay here. See what number it was. Didn't even need it.
I mean, honestly, Mike, if that was the block, that didn't look like a block in the back to me.
Yeah. The thing is, though, it wasn't even needed. You shouldn't even leave it up into the official's hand right there. He was already at the line of scrimmage where you hit him at, so you have to be smarter than that. And, yeah, they called it.
Block of the back. They're offsetting. There's a personal foul on Imani, and there's a block in the back on Clairton. No, both of the penalties are on Clairton, is the explanation from our official tonight. And I believe they're going to take the block in the back penalty because that will be assessed from
the spot
of the foul rather than where the dead ball spot.
So some smart coaching over there, being aware of the 2 penalties and being able to take the spot foul as opposed to the personal foul.
I mean, Clairton's been in worse spots.
Right.
Despite that, but you're right, Mike, in the sense of like they are and have been shooting themselves in the foot tonight. But it should be Clairton having a first down and 10 from the 35-yard line of Imani Christian. 8:25 to play in the fourth quarter. Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. Lid lifter of the season and of the newly christened Tyler Boyd Stadium.
And Clairton still having some issues of getting the play call in and getting personnel right.
Still a lot of time on the play clock, 20 seconds. And hand it off the right side to Wright, and he doesn't have anything available. Anthony Portis comes in to make the stop.
Yeah, Portis was on his back before he even really got control of the ball.
Friends call him Peasy.
I played with a guy named Peasy. Joey Porter, our mouthpiece and fierce linebacker.
Porter said that his favorite teacher at Imani Christian is Mr. Hoffman. So shout out to Mr. Hoffman. I said, why? He said, because he's funny. Like, okay, all right.
Gotta love entertaining teacher.
Keeping Thompson. He gets tripped up over the 35 to the 34, and quickly it becomes third down here for the Bears.
Looked like he had a little lane there, but got tripped up. But now you go back to thinking about that penalty that took him from the 15-yard line all the way back of what could have been, but now they have to do third down, and what are they going to do? What do you call as the offensive coordinator with third and long in a critical situation in the fourth quarter?
3rd and 9 from the 34. Back to pass Thompson. Will throw off his back foot and throw it out of bounds. It's 4th down. Once again, you got to give kudos. William Gorman providing the pressure.
And no one was open right there, so Thompson does the smart thing and just being able to throw it away, but it brings up 4th down and 9. And like I said, it's hard for an offensive coordinator to dig into the playbook and just say, what play can I get to give us 9 or 10 yards real quick? Got to be creative and see what happens.
Fourth down and 9 here for Clairton. Thompson rolls to his right, looks, fires, and it's intercepted. Picked off. Robert Torres Johnson on the INT. And the Saints get another takeaway on the Bears offense. We'll take a break and come back. Fourth quarter action here from Clairton on KDK Plus.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons,
primary care sports medicine physicians,
board-certified physical therapists,
a comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion,
nutrition,
athletic training,
sports performance.
Everything is right here that you need. We deliver that right to you.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features the Peters Township Indians taking on the Tigers of McKeesport. Friday at 7 on KDKA+.
College isn't for everyone, but from pay to training to retirement, Pennsylvania Laborers Union members live better. PA Laborers Union offers a great wage potential of $42 per hour and terrific health benefits. Imagine having 0 student loans while receiving state-of-the-art construction training. Join the team and get mentorship and guidance from experienced members. Go now to laborparecruit.com for more information.
Celebrate the start of the football season at the Kickoff and Rib Festival at Acrisure Stadium, presented by IC Light, August 28th through September 1st. Admission is free, and there's something for everyone. Enjoy national rib vendors, football, music, activities, and much more. Visit AcrissureStadium.com/RibFest for details.
This fall, D3 College Football returns to KDKA Plus as we showcase matchups from across the President's Athletic Conference. The season kicks off with Washington and Jefferson facing Utica on September 6th at noon, only on KDKA Plus.
Fourth quarter action here from Clairton. Imani Christian with a 13-6 advantage over the Bears from Tyler Boyd Stadium with Mike Logan, Susie Cool down on the sidelines. Matt Fargo with you on this opening Friday night. KDKA Plus high school football. Back to pass on first down. A flag is down. They got his receiver. It's caught. It's Torres Johnson running away and into the end zone. But it is coming back.
What happened? There's a lot of bizarre things going on right now here in the stadium. The play was, I seen a flag come out, but it was blown dead, but they kept on playing. And that is
really, it's pretty much the story summary right there of kind of how this game has gone. It's flag-filled. You have had touchdowns called back.
Man, oh man. This crowd, it might have been a mutiny though if they allowed that play to go on right now, because the fans were calling it dead right as they snapped the ball.
How bizarre is it that Clairton's defense defensively has given up as many touchdowns tonight as they did all of the regular season last year?
Man, listen, it's amazing to me. You talk about the amount of touchdowns given up. I'm talking about the amount of flags that have been thrown in this game. They just got another flag for an illegal substitution after the previous flag that they had on the play. I mean, they really, really got to clean this stuff up before they get into week one of this 2025 season.
13-6, Imani leads it. Now they have their backs against. The ball comes loose, and Imani dives on it. It was saved by David Davis, and it will be second down and 20-plus now. Lost yardage, another look.
Wow. Missed opportunities for the Bears right there. The ball was right in their hands, but unfortunately they weren't able to get it. And this ball has just been bouncing into the fumbler's hands all day today. Very fortunate bounces coming for the guys who have dropped the ball, being able to recover them.
Whistles. Low, and there's a delay of game penalty.
What's the over-under on flags that have been in this game right now? I mean, wow. Penalty yardage.
We had a game or two like this last year where it was flag-filled.
Man, oh man, every time these guys try to get into a rhythm, it's broken up by a penalty flag. Both teams.
Right. And when you can't get into a rhythm, you are really setting yourself up for more penalties. Second down. And that shot incomplete as Jenkins tries to hook up with Sewell.
I must admit, I'm a little surprised by that, how sloppy this game has been played. I mean, both of these teams were, very good teams the previous years, and they brought a lot of players back. So I know it's week 0, and there's still some things to work out, and people are in fresh and new different positions, and game speed and all that plays a factor into it. But at some point, this is going to be a problem for you if you allow it to linger on into the season.
Certainly bodes a case for playing 2 scrimmages as opposed to a game. And Jenkins avoids everybody, bounces off one, has a first down and more. There goes Jenkins. crossing the boundary and going to the far side. Jenkins is headed all the way. Can he get there? He'll be shoved out 5 yards shy of the end zone, and Jenkins almost did it all himself.
I told you, I think it was early in the second quarter, that he was running with a purpose. And that right there, he said, I'm not going down. I don't care how many people try to tackle me. He's able to put his head down, put his shoulder down, run somebody over, and almost get a touchdown. Being backed up close to his own end zone, got to wrap up. You got to wrap up. You can't arm tackle a guy like that who's a great athlete and able to cut back and pick up
88 yards.
88 yards on the carry. Touchdown saving tackle there by Wooding, Terrace Wooding.
Well, you go from one side of the field to the other, and Davis down to the 2. And as Imani Christian finds themselves in the Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone. Second down and goal.
See what Clairton's made of right here. Just because they've been down in the red zone doesn't mean it's an automatic score. They've been stopped.
And Imani has returned that favor to the Bears. Now they're going to run this clock down. Rack snap carry for Anthony Portis. And PZ is down to the 1, where it will be 3rd and goal.
Another interesting situation going on here. 3rd down. It hasn't been any give-me's when you get down to the red zone for either team down here. And you got another Imani player who just fell out backwards.
Injury timeout for Imani.
That's Davis. That's David Davis down. Getting help and assistance off the field.
I'll take another look at this 88-yard run by Gabe Jenkins, just committed to Penn State on Monday, and watch what Division I talent could do.
Look at that vision. Feels it with his presence. And then this is just grit. Puts down the shoulder, puts down the head, puts on the burners. Has the wherewithal to cut back. It's feeling the pressure. And then it's just a race to the sideline.
Terrace Wooding with that touchdown saving tackle. And now it is Jenkins. Stop short. No, he's in.
There's a flag. A common theme going on here.
Mike, I looked at one official and they said he was short. Another official said he was in, and then the other one had thrown the flag.
So that's going to back him up 5 yards.
And Leroy Johnson not happy. Understandably so, trying to really make it difficult for Clairton to get back in this one. As you see, Gabe Jenkins did get in, but the penalty negates the touchdown. It will make it 3rd and goal now from the 6. Things get a lot more interesting here. And what a roller coaster this fourth quarter has been. You thought Clairton was tying this game, then the touchdown gets called back. Monty was up against their own end zone, and now falling down is Jenkins. It's going to turn into 4th down now.
Wow.
Just when you thought the Saints could sold it away, hold everything.
And I must admit, I don't know enough about Imani's special teams and their kicker right now, but.
Well, they're 1 for 2 on extra points tonight. I think they're going to try this because Darius Clark is their kicker. And that would.
Oh, they're throwing the block out, so they're going to go for the field goal here. See if he can make it happen.
And Imani is going to burn a timeout. ice your own kicker. Well, here at Tyler Boyd Stadium, and obviously what he was able to do here at Clairton, and then the career that he was able to have after that at the University of Pittsburgh with the Cincinnati Bengals and Tennessee Titans. But got to take you back, a little flashback action of him on this very field. It was an all-natural surface back in the day, his senior year. And Tyler was one of one. What he was able to do, finished 5th in the WPIAL in rushing and won the WPIAL touchdowns leader race. He scored 117 touchdowns, and his high school career, who's that guy?
Look at that, man.
And Tyler was a big part of the Steelers youth football movement. He was a part of the best of the batch preseason team his senior year. His first time going to an NFL game was because of Steelers youth football. But what an athlete.
What an athlete and what a human being, a great human being, and what he means to this city right now. You see all these people here admiring what he's been able to do on the football field, but also what he's been able to do in this community, helping out numerous kids with his youth camps.
And broke a bunch of Larry Fitzgerald's records at the University of Pittsburgh.
Oh.
And did Clairton move? Yeah, they did. Clairton jumps. And I think they're taking the block right off.
But is that a 5? It was 4th and 8, right?
Yes.
So it's 4th and 3. But I think they're going to go for it now instead of.
Yeah, it still ends up being the 5 yards, 4th and 3. And now they're going to go for it. It shows you how confident they were in that.
Right. And they still don't have the right personnel in, I don't think, but.
Well, here's Jenkins. Pop pass thrown, caught for the touchdown. Touchdown, Imani Christian. Craighead with the reception.
What an awesome play call. After getting the offside penalty, now the Bears moving it up to the 3. They're thinking they've run the ball up the hole all day and throw it a little pop pass. Wide open.
DeJuan Craighead, the junior, hauls it in and makes it 19-6, a 4th down conversion for Imani Christian as they try to spoil the party here on the opening night at Tyler Boyd Stadium.
And that play call is so, I call him franchise, Leroy Franchise Johnson. It is so him. I mean, when he was the offensive coordinator at USO, he had all kind of things like that.
And a nice knockdown there for a 2-point conversion. There was a bad snap. And that will conclude the extra point fail. 19-6. Imani Christian has the lead on Clairton here with 2:44 to play on a Friday night on the Steelers High School Showcase.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 7 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
Stay connected with all the action. Follow JRM Sports on X, Instagram, and YouTube. Get the latest highlights, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes moments from your favorite sports. Don't miss a second. Follow us today.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features the Peters Township Indians taking on the Tigers of McKeesport. Friday at 7 on KDKA+.
Need construction or real estate services? One call covers it all. Macero Construction Group, helping shape the city you love and the name behind Pittsburgh's skyline. We manage construction for many local schools, ensuring strong foundations for the future. Need space? Macero Properties has prime office and warehouse locations in the airport corridor and downtown. And when disaster strikes, Macero Restoration is ready 24/7. One name, one call. Massaro Construction Group. Building Pittsburgh. Serving you.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me! A deep ball here that's caught and going all the way to the end zone!
This fall, D3 college football returns to KDKA Plus as we showcase matchups from across the President's Athletic Conference. The season kicks off with Washington and Jefferson facing Utica on September 6th at noon, only on KDKA Plus.
Steelers High School Showcase. Welcome back to Clairton, where I have no idea what just happened.
I see another Imani player down on the field on the sideline. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but I see a lot of frustrated fans right now starting to exit the stadium. And a lot of them lying still up on the fence. A lot of disappointment, but you can take some good things out of this game. You've seen some flashes. It's still early, and they should be able to bounce back from that.
Clairton could have good field position. Shovels it back over. A little trick play here. In trouble is Wright. He'll still look to pass. He'll put it down the far boundary, and it is intercepted. Yes, and flags are everywhere.
Yet again.
I'll let you say that. Bro.
Well, listen, man. I mean, I get it. You know, you're in a game that you're probably could be winning right now, and then, you know, the emotion starts to take over. The play gets a little sloppy, but then you just get riddled with flags. And that was actually on Imani. They called a pass interference, I believe.
Yep.
So Clairton will get the ball back on their 25-yard line.
That Kelly Automotive drive summary for Imani. Christians go to go ahead 2 scores. 7 plays, 77 yards, 4 minutes, 5 seconds. Kelly Automotive bringing you our drive summary.
This isn't over, though.
No, you punch one in here. I mean, those early timeouts from Clairton, you'd love to have all your timeouts in your pocket. Thompson conducts traffic, throws on the run, and he rifles one in there for a first down. Beautifully done on the reception. Dante Wright one more time.
Do you want me to say it?
And there's a penalty again?
There's a penalty on the play. So that nice spiral pass that he threw in there is being brought back by yet another penalty flag. And I know that I sound like a repetitive scratch record, but it's the reality of what is going on the football field out here.
You know, we've talked about this before, and officiating is such a difficult thing. You know, the best time is when no one recognizes you because you're doing a great job, no one says anything. And but they're also teaching the fundamentals of the game, and they need to call things, and that's always a catch-22, especially when teams are trying to get momentum. First down after the penalty. Another great throw, but a better hit. David Davis. Wow.
Separated. Who was that? Murphy from the ball right there, because Murphy had the ball in his hands. But Davis was able to knock it out of there. Oh, he actually, hey, if you're going to get hit, you might as well come down with the ball. That hit his hands. He should have been able to cradle that in and get the ground, but Clairton shouldn't give up right now. They should keep on trying to punch this thing in. You still got 2 minutes on the clock, over 2 minutes.
Active pass one more time. Thompson trying to dial it up for Ruffin and wasn't able to get it there.
Now this is something that would upset me as a veteran player on this team. You see guys walking back to the huddle. You see guys walking with their head down. And I get it. The situation looks grim, but you do not stop with effort until that clock hits all zeros. And we still got 2 minutes to play. So it's a little disappointing to see kids walking back to the huddle, but that's something that I'm sure the coaches will take note of, and those kids will pay for it in practice this upcoming week. Play clock winding down forces Clairton to take a timeout yet again.
That's their last one. Would have loved to have that in the pocket for another drive or to stop the clock for the Imani. Next week, high school football continues right here on KDK Plus in the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. We go to the home of Mike Logan. We go to McKeesport, home of the Tigers, and they'll take on the Peters Township Indians. 5A versus 4A in a showdown between the two teams in those classifications that came up just short. Both of them were in the championship. Both of them fell short.
I'm a little disappointed, but I'm elated that the game of the week is McKeesport. I won't be on the call next week. It is my son Rain's 9th birthday on Friday, so I will be celebrating him instead of celebrating. But I will be tuned in to hear you guys on the call, and let's go Tigers.
Absolutely. No doubt. I'm glad you were able to clear the air. There was starting to be rumors there you were going to be biased.
Right, right. So this keeps me out of the fire right now.
Third down, 20 for the Bears. Thompson with pressure, more pressure, was able to evade all of it and take off and run with it. Run out of bounds, get a couple yards back. It will be 4th down.
Gets out of bounds, stops the clock.
And not because Clairton is a team that will ever make excuses, but Bears are playing up 2 classes right now. They are a single A team playing a triple A team.
And it's not like they weren't in this game. I mean, a call here, an inch here, and we're talking about a whole different ball game right now. We're talking about, it's tied up or they're down by 1 or up by 1. So, they don't have a lot to hang their heads about. What they do need to do is go back and worry about working on all these penalties and see where they can make up for their mistakes.
Roll into the right. Nice throw and a flag down. On 4th down, he was short, so as the play stands, it would be a turnover, but there is a penalty marker down.
And I do believe that it's going to be pass interference on the defense. So that'll give them a 1st down.
Sure is.
See one of my former players down there, Kenny Robinson, who also played for Imani Christian and went to WVU for a stint down there. Now playing in the XFL, one of the greatest athletes that I've ever seen play high school football.
Fantastic to watch. For the Saints, Thompson on 1st and 10, surveys, deals into the end zone. It's tipped and incomplete. Nearly picked off again.
Imani just sitting back trying to prevent Clairton from getting in the end zone right now. Minute 45 still left on the clock. Things can happen, but Imani almost seems like they have this one sealed up. Still better be aware back in that secondary, though.
Yeah, they're kind of trying to keep everything in front of them.
Yeah.
2nd down at 10 for Clairton. Legion Community Federal Credit Union red zone. Throwing into the end zone, in and out of the hands, incomplete. Intended, Rayshawn Williams, the intended receiver.
I like it. Take your shots, try to get it in there. And, ooh, just out. Stretches the hands, the fingertips. Got to be able to grasp that one in that situation, though.
Yes.
Be the hero. Come down with it. Give your team a chance. Third down. Thompson.
Thompson, screen pass. Pulled down. Great open field tackle. Tyvon Sewell on the tackle there for the Saints.
And that young man read that play to a T. Very disciplined. It's real easy to go in and lose your assignment when you're running a screen like that. But he stayed on his man and was able to make the tackle.
I'm going to ask you, how many penalties you think have been called tonight? We'll have the answer after this play. Thompson throwing a touchdown for the Bears. Hooking up with Terrace Wooding for the second time.
And this is why you do not give up. You play till them clocks hit all zeros, and you never know what can happen. And you never know what's going to happen in this game in particular. You talked about the penalties. I'm trying to calculate in my head and go back and see if I can get even close to what the actual number is.
Wooding's second touchdown of the night.
Clairton going with the trick play here.
Yeah, swinging a gate formation here for this extra point. Flip it out and pushing forward. Did he get in? No. Imani denies them as Wooding was trying to push his way forward. And great play.
So they pull within 7 with a minute and 2 seconds left. But the timeouts, no timeouts left, so I can't imagine Imani trying to do anything with this ball.
Yeah, it comes down to an onside kick here, Mike. This is going to be, as you see, another Saint cramping. All right, time for the penalty numbers. Any guess? Figured join us in the booth, Matt Fargo, alongside Mike Logan, high school football here, the Steelers Showcase. Clairton, opening up Tyler Boyd Stadium, and you said it. They were in this game the whole way through.
Yeah.
They're going to take a lot from this, and I still expect Clairton to be there at the end.
Most definitely. I mean, they played a tough opponent. A lot of emotion going into this game right now. A lot of penalties and things and stuff that happened, but this it really came down to a game of inches. And I know that's the cliche thing, but that call that got stopped on the goal line, this would be a different ball game right now.
No question about it. And for the Saints, high expectations are going to be even higher now if they're able to hold off the Bears in the next minute here, as we have, still a game here coming down to this onside kick. But I think this was what we expected, is these two teams to play right with each other.
Oh, most definitely. And talking to Coach Johnson on our way into the stadium today, he said, we expect it to be a tough game, but I want to see my kids go up against some excellent talent. And that's what he was able to do that with the evaluation today. So he'll be able to take some good game tape off of this and be able to teach his players significantly.
Yeah, it will be fun to watch both of these teams compete throughout this season. The answer: 17 penalties, 11 for Imani for 86 yards. Clairton 6 penalties for 49 yards.
And I actually thought it was a little bit more than that. I was going to say like 20.
So just off.
Yeah, 17. Still a lot of penalties. Good bounce.
There it is. And secured by the Saints. Michael Hall on the recovery. And the Saints will just need to go into victory formation to move to 1-0 on the young season.
Well, this is the place where they, went 66 straight.
It sure is.
But,
you know what started that, though? Tyler lost his first game of his freshman year and then never lost again.
Well,
who's to say that can't happen?
There we go. You're setting it up right here. This may be the only loss they have in the next 66 or 67 games. We'll see what happens. We're definitely seeing some talent on this team this year, and I expect them to go and still be tops in single A.
This stadium will turn 95 years old. Was last renamed back in 1998. Neil C. Brown, who was the former principal and football coach for Clairton, and then he won one WPIAL title, now named after the four-time WPIAL and four-time state champion. But tonight will be the night for the Saints as they come marching into Tyler Boyd Stadium and get a 19-12 victory.
Well, not the way they wanted to open the stadium up, but there's plenty of games to be played here, and I'm sure that they'll get their own traditions and things started in Tyler Boyd's name, and his name is synonymous with winning. So I expect Clairton to rally back and start stacking them wins this season.
19-12 the final. Imani to 1-0 on the young season. We'll stay on the road. Beaver Falls up next for the Saints. They'll head to Reeves Stadium. Home of another great NFL great, and Joe Montana up there at Beaver Falls.
Got to see a lot of folks here in this stadium tonight.
Joe Namath, not Montana. I was going to get some tweets.
Glad you caught that.
For the Bears, next week, they have a date with the Eagles from Sarah Catholic right back here at home at Tyler Boyd Stadium. And we will go down to Susie Cool as the Massaro Construction Player of the Game. Gabe Jenkins. Susie.
Thanks, Matt. First of all, Gabe, that is yours, your Massaro Construction Player of the Game. And Gabe, in that fourth quarter, so many stoppages because of cramps, penalties. Where did your team best find their groove between all of those stoppages?
Well, we really had to run the ball because we really can't pass the ball because we don't really got no quarterback. I'm a running back. So we had to keep running the ball, see what works, see what happened. It worked. It worked out perfect. So, we had to pull through and finish it off strong.
Speaking of your personal play, a touchdown, an 88-yard carry, where were you feeling the most or the best offensively tonight?
Dang. Can you say that again? My bad.
Where were you feeling the best offensively tonight?
I can't even tell you.
You can't even tell me?
Yeah, it was
just felt good to be back out there tonight playing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
First week feels. Just tell me how it was to get back out here with your team against Clairton.
It felt good with my boys. We had struggle in camp. We had to work on our offense because we don't got no quarterback. So we had to keep pushing in camp. We kept running the ball in camp. That's all we do. Run.
Thanks so much, Gabe. Great job out there tonight. Matt?
Susie, thank you. Thanks to Gabe. Real is probably how I could describe that interview. Gabe was being real.
Well, I don't think Coach Johnson is going to be too happy with someone saying that they don't have a quarterback, so we just had to run the ball. He's a running back. But I'm sure they'll evolve their offense as they go along. I mean, he's a very talented young man, so we'll see what happens as they go along.
All right, we will. The first game of the 2025 season. Mike, it's a pleasure. Looking forward to this year.
It's been awesome, man. I'm ready to kick this thing off. We got it started right now. Looking forward to a great season of football on Steelers TV, man.
No question about it. For Mike Logan and Susie Cole, our producer, Jake Mislivchik, Corey Berger directing, and our entire JRM video production crew. Matt Fargo saying thanks so much for watching this presentation of the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. The Saints come away with the victory in the first game at Tyler Boyd Stadium, 19-12. We'll see you next week for Peters Township and McKeesport. Until then, good night, Steelers Nation. The 10 o'clock news is next.